welcome back to Karen Rolton. We've just seen an absolute thriller. Flinders University defeating Adelaide Rockets in the first game, the round or Division 3 of the Adelaide Turf O'Neill Sports T20 Grand Final. We have Rob Muirhead. We awarded him T20 Vision Player of the Match.
Thank you.
Mate, fantastic result for the club.
Oh, yeah. Great day out. Good fun as well. T20 is always fun. And usual Flinders performance in a final, never have enough runs on the board, and get it done in the field, the bowlers get the job done. So, really exciting day.
Great. We spoke to your skipper sort of a few weeks ago, and both teams are very, very strong with the bat and have been through the tournament. It was the ball that did the job for both teams today. Was that something to do with the wicket, you think, or just the pressure of the final?
I'll put it down to some nerves. Some people can't perform on the big scene.
Yeah.
No, the pitch was great.
Okay.
I don't think the batsmen would put their hand up and say they just played some bad shots.
It was a little bit too paced early up here. I don't know if you guys found that out there.
Well, what was it? 13th or so over. I went out there and it was all right then. It was good. But look, 10 o'clock in the morning. There's always going to be a little bit in it.
Yeah.
But I think we'll put our hands up and say that we didn't bat well.
Fair enough. And your own performance, 23 not out, very valuable runs in the end, probably giving yourself as a key bowler something to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. Lewis and I that finished off the innings, we basically said those last 6 overs, we're just going to bat them out. Get some runs, but we just had to. You can't get bowled out in a 20-20 and win a game.
Absolutely.
So that was the key to just stay out there.
Yep. And then obviously your own performance with the ball, 1 for 11 off 4, just kept it tight and did the job early.
Those first 2 were really good to get Carter straight up. Like he could have won the game off his own bat.
Absolutely.
So that was really good to get those couple of overs under the belt. Really. Yep.
Absolutely. Last question: celebrations. What do you guys got planned?
It's undecided, either heading back to Flinders Uni or the Tonsley Hotel, sponsored by the Tonsley Hotel.
Lovely.
I suspect there's more beer at the Tonsley, so that'll be the winner.
Fantastic. Well, as player of the match, you get the 2020 Vision sunglasses. So I don't know if you've got a pair of cricket sunglasses, but we'll give you one of those. They come with 5 different lenses, brand new technology for cricket. So show the boys, and that set's for you. So take that home, and hopefully you guys can finish off with the LO1 season as well.
Yes, 2 big weeks to come.
Yep.
We've got Kenzie's coming up on Saturday, which will be a really tough game, and then regardless of who we're playing if we get past Kenzie's, Rockets or Adelaide Uni will be tough as well. So
absolutely
enjoyable cricket. That's what it is.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy the celebrations, mate. Well done on your performance. Well done on the win. Rob Muirhead, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Thanks
very much. We're about to get way here, boys. Division 2 Grand Final now. Rob's going to jump out. Ned's going to jump out. Thanks, mate. We've got Phil Hurden here joining me. The news from Karen Rolton Oval. We have the Div 2 Grand Final here. Golden Grove won the toss and they will be batting first against Prince Alfred College. Phil, what's going to be a massive day for Prince Alfred?
Huge day for Prince Alfred. 2 grand finals back-to-back. Post-game celebrations at the 7 Stars. No other playoff action for them. This is their grand final days are underway.
We are underway. Phillips bowling the first ball, so starting with spin. A bit of a wide there to start. We've got Anderson and Hunter as the 2 opening batters. So interesting tactic. Golden Grove winning the toss and batting first. As Phillips comes in again to bowl the second ball. A bit wide of off stump.
Anderson, key player, averaging 28 in this competition this year. 168 runs. His best was 42 in the quarterfinals against the Adelaide Lions.
There you go. Phillips coming in again. First runs off the bat as he's hit that one down towards deep mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket was a very, very key fielding position in the first game. So
what a game to start off the day. You guys got a cracker of a start.
Unbelievable. If all 3 games are that close, we're going to be in for a great day. We'll get ourselves set up and talk about this quickly. Always interesting when you open with spin, you get through the overs quickly as Phillips comes in again, bowling to Hunter this time. Our first look at him.
So Phillips coming off his best bowling performance in the competition in the semi-finals against the Adelaide Lions 2 teams. He was 2 for 15 off his 4 overs, getting the promotion here this afternoon.
Phillips in again, a bit of a quicker ball there, and Hunter trying to run that down to the vacant third man, use the pace on it. Now conditions will be interesting, we'll talk about that in a minute, Phil, but obviously low scoring game. Phillips comes in again. Big swing outside off stump from Hunter and swing and miss and a wide called from the umpire. Of course, the umpires today, Ross Chenoweth and Ken Bathelson.
You've been practicing.
I haven't. That was not bad for a bloke that's dyslexic. Oh, a big swing outside the off stump again. Phillips just probing outside the off stump there.
Wants to have a swing. There'll be a bit of frustration here, wanting to feel hole out.
Absolutely.
First thing that greets me is the wonderful caps that the Prince Alfred Old Collegians are wearing. In the multiple colours.
Yes.
Very Harlequin-ish like.
They are Harlequin, and it's good to see a club playing T20 with the old-style cricket cap on still.
Yes.
From a traditionalist point
The
of
odd
view.
Great Chapel floppy out there, but...
Absolutely.
Because Prince Alfred, they go way back in this competition. The Old Collegians, one of, I think, 3 originals still left, along with Paynham and St. Peter's Old Collegians in the whole competition's history. And as a club, they own this T20s. I'll explain that as the day goes along.
Absolutely, and obviously this is PAOC 2.
That's right. This is their second side in the
correct.
Grand Final.
Of course, teams have the opportunity to enter multiple teams in a competition if they have enough numbers to do so. And Adelaide Turf is the biggest cricket competition, turf cricket competition in Australia, and the T20 competition has been going on for a few years now and received very, very well and continues to grow each year.
So the one that will get me is, of course, the over ends, and we stay at the same end for the first 5.
Yes.
And that's a glorious drive to get underway.
Graber bowls his first ball, and a fantastic shot from Anderson through cover to bring up the first boundary off the bat of the day.
So a couple of Grebers out there. Was Josh or Liam out there having a bowl?
Just wait for the My Cricket to refresh. J. Graber, this one.
Okay.
J.A. Graber.
As opposed to Liam, whose brother's out there as well.
Yes. Graber comes in again, bowling to Anderson. Tries to hit that one out to deep cover, but bottom edges it into the deck for no run.
So Josh's best bowling figures in this competition, 3 for 12 against the Goodwood number 2 side back in the quarter-finals. Has taken 4 wickets from 16 overs of bowling, goes for about 5 and over.
Right. Comes in again. Going for 4 off this one. So there's the 5th one.
There's the 5th. He's on.
There's your 5 and over.
1 wicket every 4. I guess that's pretty much on par.
Absolutely. We're expecting 3 dots now. So
yes.
Make sure he doesn't make a liar of you. But yeah, what an absolute cracker we had to start with. It looked like a bit of a slow wicket early. Adelaide Rockets bowled very, very well, keeping Flinders to 97. And then they defended it. Unbelievable scenes. Graber in again. Sort of up and under punch shot over points.
And it's probably one of those games where if you had the winning probabilities, it would have sat high with the Rockets once Flinders had got their 97.
Yes.
Grown up as they got to 1 to 34.
Yes.
And slowly the graph would have gone down, down, down.
Absolutely.
They found themselves in a bit of a hole at the start of the 19th, having to get the runs, and hence that a rather amazing run out to end the match. Absolutely.
Graber comes in again, bowling to Anderson, playing a miss outside the off stump. Yeah, I guess both clubs come from a winning culture in LO1s, and Flinders have had some success over the last couple of years, and I guess that breeds belief in any sport, doesn't it? You believe that you can win from any position, and they've always scrapped really well, defended low totals, but on their day they can make big ones as well. So to have that belief, have that belief that they can win from anywhere. Graber comes in again. That's played nicely down through the vacant third man region, and that's going to be 4. It is. Anderson hitting his second boundary. He moves to 10 off 7 balls, and that is the end of the second over.
10 from it.
10 from it.
And was trying to find out what a pass score would be in this. So I went and checked the stats, the 49 games that have been played in this division. If you bat first and score over 100, you win 66% of the time. If you bat first and score under 100, you lose 94% of the time. Just one team thus far in this division has scored under 100 at first up and managed to win. Phillips to bowl his second over, going for 3 off the first. Busy there from Hunter. Back foot punch, can't beat through the field, but very, very busy at the crease. Phillips comes in again.
Ooh. Never cut the off spin as a rule they always talk about, Phil. And
Yes.
you can see that's why they've left the
T20
gap
is
there.
a game where I'm not sure it has a lot of technique rules. I think it's make it up. As an observer, it's more make it up as you go
See
along.
ball, hit ball. As Phillips comes in again, bowling to Hunter. Bit shorter. Hunter tries to pull. Probably just held in the wicket a little bit with the new ball and gone out towards the deep fielder at mid-wicket for a single.
Just having a look at the field placement. Of course, there are some restrictions on where you can put your deep fielders early on. But no time to set your attacking field. There's one. Well, that strikes me as an exceptionally... Well, it's a fly slip now, isn't it? Almost.
Yes.
Short third man.
Phillips in again.
That's it. Nutmeg.
Lovely shot there from Anderson. He didn't time it as nicely as he would have liked, but a misfield helps the ball go through, and that's another boundary. He picks up his third boundary, moving along nicely. He's 14 from 8.
So Golden Grove went through the competition undefeated.
Yes.
As per Hope Valley in the Div 1, we'll see later, Prince Alfred actually finished third in their group and find themselves here on grand final day.
Oh, Phillips in again. Struck on the pad there, Anderson. A half shout, but the missing leg or an under edge. And
This competition reminds me a little bit of the FA Cup
yes,
in soccer.
100%. Phillips in again.
And in the way that each division has 24 teams, so
Yes.
the A1s and B3s all sort of mix up. I don't know how they decide who's in what division, but you do get some minnows taking on some mighty clubs, and sometimes the minnows
Yes.
do prevail. This is a team that's, well, I'm not sure where the Prince's second team is in, whether it's in A1,
Yep.
B1s maybe. But Golden Grove are an A3
Yes.
team this year.
It's generally a mix, so they do it regionally.
Okay.
So most games through the season are played on a Wednesday night.
Yep.
So you want to keep them pretty local, so it's close to home, so you can get through. Graber comes in again. That ball played up in the air, almost a chance there.
So they start off with 24 teams in each division, 6 groups of 4.
Yes.
And they play the 3 prelim games, and from all that they work out the top 16 ranked sides based on your points and your percentages, and then it's a round of 16, quarters, semis, grand final, all those finals in knockout format.
Graber comes in again, bowling to Hunter. Tries to pull that one, but gets onto him a little bit slowly and can't beat the mid-wicket fielder.
So you're right, Golden Grove's division geographically was with Brahma Lodge,
Yes.
Trinity and Para Hills.
Yes.
Very much north-northeast there, and Golden Grove knocked off all of those sides, mainly through some sensational bowling.
Graber comes in, taking his time a bit in between balls. And that's a wide, so he'll have to re-bowl that one. A little bit expensive so far. He's none for 12 off 1.2.
And we've got a little burst of sunshine breaking out from the clouds.
Yes. Graber bowling to Hunter. Swings that one away, and it's a great catch. We've lost our first wicket of the day. Hunter trying to flick that one through mid-wicket. Picks out the fielder. A very, very nice catch there, diving to the right. Graber picks up his first wicket. Hunter goes for 2 from 9 balls. Golden Grove 1 for 21 off 3.3, Phil.
Yeah, we'll pick up that fielder shortly, of course, just as you want to look, he turns so you can't
Yes.
tell the number. We're protected by his teammates, number 52, which is...
Great, they've got numbers in this
William
competition.
Linky with a nice catch.
Very nice catch. It's obviously a good thing for us commentators that players have coloured shirts with numbers, but it adds a different flavour. As we talked about with the caps of PAC, the traditional caps versus the coloured kit as well.
Well, it's college. You can get away with that if you're an old collegians team. I'm not sure if the local suburban side would be so successful.
Very true. I'm not sure if these two teams would actually get away with their not having a clash kit in if we were playing footy, would they? We've got
No, you'd
very,
need
very
the clash
similar.
jumper out.
Maroons, of course, PAC, maroon and white, and Golden Grove maroon and
Yeah, the
gold.
Brumbies, as
The
they're
Brumbies,
called. 1994 they were formed, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it is actually 26 years.
Cree is the new batter. He struck on the pad very, very early. Not out. 2 balls to go in the over. The umpires just check. But yeah, Cree has come to the crease. Anderson, the not out batsman, 16 from 11. Cree about to face his second ball.
Cree averaging 17.
Grieber comes into him. Tried to play a bit of an expansive drive through the offside there. And
his highest score, 37, batting 3, which he's done through the entire tournament. Now, often you look at how they bat and they're all over the order. He's been first drop every single time for the Brumbies. 37 is top score, averaging 17.
Grieber comes in, bowling to Cree. Hit that one 2 mid on. They run through for a quick single. Sorry, didn't hit the stumps anyway, but make it through safely. Cree off the mark. That is the end of the 4th over. 1 for 22. Anderson 16 from 11. Cree 1 for from 3. Gooman is going to come on and be the new bowler.
So averaging 5.5 runs and over. There wasn't that expensive second over for 10. After that's 3, 10, 5 and 4. It's a fairly solid start for Golden Grove, albeit with the 1 wicket in the sheds at the moment.
Sorry, Phillips is the bowler again. Cree looking for a single. A bit of indecision there from the batters, but they get through safely in the end. Score moves to 23. Cree's nickname is Creedy Phil. He's 37 years of age.
There are some great nicknames.
There are some great.
That's probably the weakest of the group. Sorry, Paul.
Yes, so you spend your...
well, call him Apollo.
Well, this is true. This is true. You spend a lot of time in the field with cricket, so being creative with nicknames is important. Phillips comes in. Uses his feet there, Anderson. He's looked very aggressive so far. Single out to long on.
So just looking at the field, it seems what I would call evenly spread.
Yes, 2 out at this point in the first 6, and they've got a deep long on and deep cow corner or mid-wicket. Uses his feet nicely there, Cree. Hits that one over cover. Didn't quite get all of it. Come back for the second. Interesting stat about Cree. He, or sort of piece of information, he's 37, doesn't have a Netflix account when asked what his favourite show on Netflix is. So
maybe
that's
his brother does.
Best experience, maybe. Exactly. Use someone else's like everyone else.
Wasn't that the news story during the week? That
exactly. A bit thickish outside edge there from Cree, as you should pick up another 2.
Of course, I don't even know if Cree has a brother, let alone
if
he does have a Netflix account.
Favourite food is beef satay. Favourite drink, a Coke, a cola.
Okay.
The Matchbox 20 fan as well, Phil.
Matchbox 20.
There you go.
How old is he? 45
37,
or something?
37. So getting up there. Hit that one again. Just clears mid-off. Asking some questions here, Phillips, but Cree picks up another 2.
You're not going to see a lot of forward defensive shots, are you?
No. Be interesting to see how the wicket plays. It looked like it was a little bit slow in the first game, but speaking to our player of the match, Muirhead, he said it was a good wicket and just the bowlers bowled exceptionally well. So the sun has been out, a few clouds over the top now, but baking the pitch. So hoping it just gets harder and flatter through the day. It might be a bit of a run fest as it has been throughout every grade of cricket that's been played on it this year.
Yeah, well, we certainly saw that in the Shield games, didn't we? Although Glenelg it used to be whoever was batting against South Australia was making the
Yes, exactly right. We've had our first 5 over block. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back right after this. The spinner.
Yeah.
And we're back. Just to fill you in at home, if you've just joined us, we have 5 over blocks in this format, so we can get through the game a little bit quicker. And
they what?
They do, particularly with spinners bowling. The first 5 overs flew by. It's 1 for 30. Golden Grove batting first, and Linky is the new bowler. He's bowling to Anderson. First look from the Royal Adelaide Hospital end, and Anderson's flicked that off the pad. He's going to pick up 2.
Yeah, and Linky's got quite the run-up. He's almost in the emergency waiting room when he's lining up to bowl.
That was a leg bite too, so frustrating for the batsman. Bit of a profile photo of Bradley Anderson up on the screen there. Lovely little moustache. That might have been a bit of a Movember feature.
Some of the Prince Alfred ones are quite intriguing, actually.
Yes, I did see some of those. We'll have a look at them when they bat. That's a lovely shot there. Racing away across this very fast outfield. That's going to be 4 from Anderson. He's flown to 21 off 15 balls. 1 for 36 the score, Golden Grove.
Well, at the moment they're sitting now above 1 runner ball, which for mine is sort of the par of what you need, certainly on this ground. I was wondering how the rain yesterday, which played havoc with all of the Saturday playing games, was going to affect, but look, it looks like it has no effect at all. It is drained exceptionally well, and the ball is running at speed.
It probably freshened up a few of the guys in the game before. Linky bowls again there. Lovely shot from Anderson out to deep cover for a single. Yes, I know, speaking to a lot of those boys playing the LO1 competition and speaking to them during the week in the lead up to this game, they were not looking forward to playing 10 o'clock in the morning after a 40 over game the day before. So I think there would have been a few, considering both teams made the finals already, a few slightly relieved that they didn't have to play yesterday.
A couple of games did get off, and it had a big impact in the Kookaburra Sports A1, I think.
Yes. Linky into bowl. Just flicked out towards mid-wicket from Cree. He picks up a single. He moves along to 9. Anderson 22 from 16. Golden Grove 1 for 38 from 5.4. So Brad Anderson is 26 years old. Nickname Ando, very creative there. Linky comes in again to bowl. That one is hit high up in the air. Will it fall in? It does fall in between the 2 fielders. They'll come back for 2, and they make it safely. Ando.
Should call him Baracus.
Creative. Well, his other one's Pudge.
Pudge, okay.
P-U-J is an interesting one. I'm not sure.
B.A. Baracus in the A team?
Yes, but being 26, probably not much of an A.
Time.
Unless it's the newer version.
Is this a newer version?
There is. It was a movie a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Did it have Mr. T in it?
It did. No, I don't think so. I don't actually. I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Oh, a play and miss outside. Well bowled from Linky there. Good finish to his over. 1 for 40 from 6.
I'll make it part of my jobs this afternoon. Every time we get a nickname and it's a little bit on the sad side,
yes,
my job is to come up with an alternate for the game.
It's cricket. That's what we're here for. We can dish out nicknames. So Pudge is an interesting one. I'm not sure where that one comes from, but his junior club was Kensington. He is a batting all-rounder. His favourite show on Netflix is Big Mouth. Best experience in cricket is 146 in a grand final. In brackets, he says, we bloody lost, though. So, so 146 in a grand final.
I know the answer to this before I ask.
Yes.
You're the cricketer amongst us, so
yes.
let me ask you. Would you prefer to fail in a winning team or succeed in a losing team?
100%. You want to win, don't you?
Yeah. You
unless
the corner if you have to.
Exactly. So we're getting our first look at Cowling, the spinner, bowling with the hat on, very Mo Matthews style.
Yes, indeed.
More hair than Mo Matthews. So there he was one of the first.
If he takes it off, he may not actually be able to see the wicket because of the wind blowing around.
Craig Matthews was one of the first advanced hair ambassadors, wasn't he? Cowling comes in. Big charge there from Anderson. It's swung away off the hip out towards deep mid-wicket. The fielder picks it up. They get another 2. Lovely throw there. So yeah, I think you definitely take failing in a winning team, unless you've won 3 in a row and haven't made any runs, and then you finally get a big one, just to know you can do it on the big stage. Cowling, the leg spinner. Bowls again. That's a lovely shot. Testing the fielder out there. Good diving save. Has he stopped it? Yes, good. Back up there.
Self back up.
Self back up. Sprung to his feet quickly.
But there's your gap.
Yes.
And if Matthews is going to put anything near the legs, the umpire is the closest to field it.
Absolutely. Looking like they're taking a liking to Cowling and really wanting to work the sweep, and that one's got through the field. Not the best fielding there, and that's gone for 4. Anderson rolls on to 32 from 21 balls. He's
to build on this now. That is
very, very good so far.
The last 3 overs have been 8, 10, and already 9 of this one. The run rate's getting above 7.
Absolutely. We talked about the slowness of the pitch in the first game, and it looks like a completely different wicket at the moment as Cowling comes in again. Big charge there and a big swing away. That's going to be 6. Lovely shot from Anderson. He's taking a real liking to the bowling of Cowling here.
So we came to see some settled players now. It's ended 38.
Yes. 22 balls.
And I think that is his season high. No, 42 is his season high, so he's just about on that now.
Cowling comes in again. Good response, and he's really liking this sweep shot. Still haven't changed the field. No, he's played that shot 4 times this over.
That's right. And he's got...
Well fielded, another 2.
He's got 10 runs from those 4 shots.
He has. He has. And whether you just bring another one back... Bring the long on up and another
17
one back.
17 off the over.
Great over there for Golden Grove. They move to 1 for 57 from 7. So, of course, that is power play done after 6.
So the power play means how many more can head out there?
They can have 4 out now.
Okay. So PAOC just looking at what they've chased. In fact, they haven't chased much. Jeps Cross, this was a game that actually rewrote all the rules of the competition. They had a round of 16 games at Jeps Cross.
Yes.
It's got 167, and they mowed him down with 4 balls to spare and 6 wickets in the shed. Jeps Cross would have thought they were home for all money, having posted 167 first up.
Linky on his way in again. Bowls to Cree, who just punches it straight back past the bowler for no run.
So for Princes, their division had the Adelaide Lions, Old Concordians, Princes and Grange. They finished 3rd, but they were sort of tied for first on percentage with Lions and Old Concordians. Princes beat Grange and Old Concordians, but lost their first game to the Lions.
Linky comes in again. Very short ball. That is called a no ball.
All 3 of their prelim games they batted first. The one they lost to the Lions only scored 83, but
yes,
125 against Grange was enough, and 133 against Old Concordians was enough. After that, it got a bit more serious in the finals, chasing up against Goodwood. They scored 128, which Goodwood couldn't quite get, and they bowled out the Adelaide Lions number 2 side for 99 in the semi-final, getting the 100 with 5 balls to spare.
Linky comes in again. It's up in the air, and that is 6 runs going towards the short boundary. Did not get that at all, but slightly top-edged it, and it just carried all the way.
Absolutely singled out that fielder.
He did. It hit straight over his head.
If he was actually at practice, I'm going to hit this one down your throat.
Yes.
Didn't miss very much.
No, good catching practice there. Cree picks up his first maximum of the day. It was a 16 off 12. Linky charging in again, bowling to him. Just frees his hands and hits that beautifully through cover. That's racing away across this fast outfield, and he picks up another boundary. 10 off the last 2 balls. Proving to be an expensive over from Linky. And again, bring up this pitch, but it looks like an absolute road now.
It does now. It didn't.
It didn't early.
3 hours ago.
No, and that's the pressure of finals, isn't it?
20 wickets for 160?
Yes.
180?
Yes. We thought in the first game both teams had strong batting lineups and it'd be a bit of a run fest, and bowlers got the job done for both teams. Linky comes in again. Still 3 balls to go in this over, and that is a lovely shot. Yeah. Beautiful lofted cover drive.
Oh, this is glorious. I could do this. I could just sit here and add to your brilliant commentary watching this.
Watch the
these
run
great
fest.
shots in this glorious ground on this picturesque day.
Golden Grove marching along 1 for 72 off 7.4.
Oh, no.
If we look at the last game, Phil, obviously 97 runs on the board. They're going to get that this over.
They're going to get a bonus point even. Mind you, as we know, it's all about both teams having a crack.
Absolutely. And
Prince Alfred are going to have something to chase.
Linky charging in. That's just dropped off his hip for one. Little flick back from the bowler. Cree moves along to 25. It's good to see him join the party this over. He was knocking it around early, and Anderson was the aggressor, and now Cree's taken over and caught up.
I should add that in terms of high scores and so forth, these are the two batters.
Yes.
The previous best batter, D'Antini, still to come in. His high score was 27. Does drop away a little bit after that. Ben Whitewood's high score was 29. I'd add there the wicket keeper. So this is a partnership Golden Grove would have been expecting to work for them.
Linky coming in thick outside edge. That's going to race away towards the boundary. Will the fielder get there? He'd slide. Yes, he does. Reels it in, and they come back for 2. Another expensive over for Linky. He's none for 26 off his 2. Anderson 42 from 24 balls. Cree 25 from 15. Golden Grove 1 for 75 from 8, Phil.
Last 4 overs, 8, 10, 17, 18. That's an acceleration. Run rate now over 9.
Absolutely. 9.38 to be exact. Looks like they're...
This partnership is about 55 now.
Yes.
In what seems like next to no time.
We're going to get our first look at Dowwood with the ball.
I'm sure I've called this bloke playing footy.
I'm sure you have. There are a few.
With Nick Clayfield, who's out there later on today, I think.
Yes. See, that's why footy was invented, Phil. Keep cricketers fit.
Exactly.
Comes in again. That's flayed away through third man. It's racing away towards the boundary. The fielder will reel it in again. Picks up another 2, Cree. He moves to 27. Anderson 42.
So Will Dowwood, he picked up the figures of 3 for 5 in the quarterfinal, a big quarterfinal at Goodwood. They need him to have a similar breakthrough here.
Swung again. That's a lovely shot over cover from Cree.
It just has it like this is a massive ground, and the Prince's fielders are just matchsticks on it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's all the space in the world.
Yes. A lot shorter out that side, of course, because we're playing on the farthest pitch out of the
yes, I noticed the wonderful sight screens that they've got here set up. And, of course, this is the first time I've ever... only the second game of cricket I've been involved on the commentary, but that pink ball does...
You can see it well, can't you?
Can you see it well? Absolutely.
You can. Oh, the charge there from Cree. He does not bother running. He knew he hit that very, very well. Couple of bounces and another boundary for him.
Over the fence. That's not really fair. No one got up to get the ball.
Must be Golden Grove supporters.
Must be. Well, the Red Men had said in their Facebook that they're going to pick a site, and I think that site is straight on the outer side. You can see the eskies and the chairs ready to go.
Dowwood comes in again to Cree. He's moved to 35 from 20, catching up to Anderson very, very quickly. That is the end of Dowwood. 10 runs off his first over. 1 for 85 off 9.
So they're on cue for somewhere in the 180, 190s if they can keep this going. And of course, usually if you've got wickets in hand, there's an acceleration.
Yes.
In the later stages. Not quite sure how they accelerate where they're at the moment. But they're certainly looking at their highest score. I'll look up Golden Grove's highest score because I think they scored 161 in the
round
semi-final.
3. Yes.
They beat Paraka in the semi. Most times what they've done is they've batted second, they've got the team out for under 100 and then rolled. So they haven't batted first that often this season.
So Kildare?
Oh, now you're asking.
How'd you pronounce that one?
Kildare. Matthew Kildare.
Happy with that.
But it could be pronounced one of 5, 6
Yes.
ways.
No, we'll go with Kildare. Trust you there. Bowling to Cree.
It's the one that's likely to cause the least offence.
Yes. Another one bowling with his cap on. Lovely shot there. They've got the long off back. Cree just takes the single. He moves to 36 from 22. Anderson 43 from 25.
It's just rocketing along. Partnership now up to 67. Approaching the halfway point. It will be halfway into this inning.
Oh, just short of the fielder.
Over, sorry.
A half chance there. A half volley from the fielder.
Just in front of Chris Spencer there.
Oh, there's that sweep shot again. Racing away towards the boundary. He's got a lot of work to do, the man out of the quite cow corner, probably forward deep square leg, forward square leg.
Francesca has got that hard
yes.
job working in front of the scoreboard.
Been a busy boy so far. But controlling the area is okay here. Bowled quite well. You're going for a runner ball, which in the last game would have been expensive. In this game, he's been the tightest of the bowlers so far.
Absolutely the tightest.
Golden Grove raced away to 1 for 90. There's one ball to go in this 9th over. And that is lofted over mid-on. Long off fielder comes around and picks it up. They'll get another 2. That is 10 overs gone, Phil. We will go to a quick commercial break and come back. Golden Grove 1 for 92 after 10.
With a long putt.
Well, welcome back. As we said just before we went to the break, 1 for 92, Golden Grove flying along here. 1 for 92 after 10, considering the last game Flinders Uni defended 97 on what we thought was a pitch that was a bit of a minefield, and looking.
It becomes a bit of a mindset, doesn't it? Well,
It does.
They only got 97. It must be a tricky pitch. Now Princes must be thinking, gee, can't wait till we get a crack on it.
Absolutely. Of course, this is the O'Neill Sports Division 2 T20 Grand Final. Darwood is the bowler, bowling to Anderson. Tries to run that one down to third man, and they'll get a quick single. Anderson moves to 47. He's batted brilliantly so far, and of course Cree 38 from 23 is batted very well as well.
I've got a question for you coming up.
Yes. Ben. Darwood bowling to Cree. Or struck on the pads. Shake of their head from the umpire. Just love when you bring the finger up and change the clicker just to make the batter nervous.
Of course, there's 2 main competitions. There's your Kookaburra Sports A1, A2, A3, etc. And then there's this competition.
Yes. Darwood bowls a wide there.
Actually, this one's getting the worldwide TV coverage at Karen Rolton Oval. Which one do you think is more prestigious?
Big question. Darwood comes in again. That one's wider and is nicked off. Shorter, wider ball. Cree just threw the hands at it, trying to probably hit that one down to probably deep point, and just managed to get a little nick on it. I'll come back to your question in a minute. Cree out for 38 from 24 balls. He batted very, very well. Been disappointed not to continue on his solid form, but did a fantastic job up the front. Golden Grove now 2 for 94 from 10.3. Anderson, the not-out batsman, 47 off 29.
So Darwood, you were about to almost say, gee, in a great captaincy, change ends, gets the wicket, of course. Had nothing to do with changing ends. That's just the rules.
No, absolutely.
And Cree gets a very deserved applause from the Brumbies faithful that have made the trip down Northeast Road today.
Whitehead, the new batsman coming in, Phil. How's he
now
gone?
there's two of them.
Ah, right.
So this is either going to be Ben or Adam. Ben's
Yes.
the wicket keeper. Adam's the not wicket keeper. I think it is.
the not wicket keeper.
Sorry to be so technical. I think it might be Ben.
Yes. We'll go with that. First.
So this is often we see, and I know it's T20, but long partnership, one goes, the other goes.
Yes.
And Ben it is.
Doward in, bowling to Ben, drops it at his feet.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw that in the previous game that both times Rockets looked like they were getting away and cruising towards their target of 98 for the win, and they lost both set batsmen almost back to back straight away. So they just need to consolidate a new partnership here. Of course, Anderson 47, he'd be looking to bring up his 50, but he's got a couple of overs just to work it around and potentially get Whitehead in before they start going again.
Yes, it's a game that doesn't allow you the time to go back to square one and reset. Maybe a delivery or two.
Dowden again, there's another wide. Yes, definitely a delivery or two, but obviously they're scoring quite quickly, so does give you the opportunity to have maybe a one or two extra deliveries just to get yourself in.
So far.
Yes, exactly. And there's another wicket. You called it, and that is the set batsman as well, Anderson, looking to run that one down to third man and just gets a nick on it, and he's gone for 47, and as we said, both set batsmen out, two freshies at the crease. It gives PAC a bit of a sniff.
And Dow with the destroyer.
He is.
Two for in the one over.
Bit of all sorts, isn't it? Two for and a couple of wides.
Yes, exactly. Well, he needed those extra deliveries counted in the end.
Absolutely.
So the Brumbies are back to square one, but with a pretty good foundation in place. We talked before about the odds if you get to 100, and
Yes.
they're going to get to 100.
100%, 100%. 3 for 96 off 11. Currently going at 8.73.
But even
Diatini coming in.
just 4 runs off that over, so that's
Yes.
one of the lowest scoring overs we've seen so far.
Felice Diatini comes to the wicket.
Well, his highest score in this competition, the semi-final where they beat the Bulls of Paraka, their second side. He scored 26.
He'll be at the non-strikers end. Whitehead gets the single there. Phillips the bowler. He's gone for 17 off his 3 overs so far.
So they've replaced the two players that had the best innings so far with the next two best. So this is
good depth.
Once they get through these two, that's
Yes.
5 for then it does drop away.
Phillips in a bit faster and quicker there. Straighter. Diatini off the mark. Whitehead looking for the second. As you said, Whitehead is the wicket-keeper batsman. Played some cricket at Teatree Gully previously. Favourite show on Netflix is The Office.
The Office. Which one?
Well, yes. Doesn't specify.
Let's see.
Best experience in cricket is very, very interesting, Phil. Playing the rain card on Friday nights. He would have done that this Friday, having a few beverages.
Playing the
rain card.
Okay.
I'll explain that in a minute.
Okay.
Phillips comes in. Lovely shot from Whitehead there. Just out towards deep cover. So playing the rain card is having a look at the forecast, knowing that there's potential of rain, and then it's almost putting your odds on the table and going, do I kick on and have 10 beers and play the rain card and have a big night backing that we're going to get washed out?
If you do that and you wake up and it's sunshine when you get
Yes,
up.
exactly. That's why it's called playing the rain card, because you're putting your money on the table there.
You are indeed. Because there was, as I mentioned, the Kookaburra Sports A1, Flinders Park. No, there was a game. I'll look it up, give you the exact fact. There were games that were played yesterday and the games that weren't, and it affected the finals.
Yes.
And I think
Phillips coming in. Bowling to Dantini. Big swing out towards mid-wicket, but long on. He's going to chase that one down just for a single. Didn't get much of it.
And I know you will be all over this in stumps.
Yes.
Your next show, you'll have it all beautifully covered. But I think it was Grange and Scotch. Scotch needed to win to avoid relegation. Grange needed to win to make the finals. So they were going to try and get this game played no matter what, which they did. And Old Scotch must have thought themselves half a chance, because they had actually scored a pretty good inning last week. And this is the problem when you have a 2-day game. When it rains the first day, that's fine. You just make it a 1-day game the second. When it rains the second, all hell breaks loose. But they played on. Grange won, and Grange jumped over Ingle Farm, who didn't play, and got 5 points. Grange got 10.
Dowd the bowler. Big swing there from D'Antini.
Old Scotch, who would have got 5 if they hadn't have played, got 0. And as it turns out, yes, here we go, sorry. Old Scotch, Grange got 276. Old Scotch got 267. All out, so close.
Dowd in again. D'Antini tries to drive back past the bowler, can't beat him. Well fielded.
And as I said, Old Scotch joins Walkerville now. I think that's how it works in the A2s next year. Grange jumps Ingle Farm on the last day.
Oh, and he's bowled him.
3 for Dorwood.
He's bowled brilliantly. 3 for 14. Interestingly, must have clipped the pad on the way through there, because Darwood turned around and appealed for that one. Bales were flying everywhere, so no need to do that. Either way, it's brilliantly bowled. He's got 3. D'Antini goes for 4 off 5 and 4 off 6, sorry.
That should be 4 for now.
Yes, 4 for 102. And they've done brilliantly here, Prince Alfred, to rein in Golden Grove. They're off to an absolute flyer, and the bowlers are just dragging Prince Alfred back into this one.
And the run rate is just starting to drop. I mean, it's dropping rather from being 9.5 down to 8. So this is what looks to be a pretty good pitch to bat, based on what Golden Grove have done, and a pretty fast outfield.
Definitely.
Gives Princes some hope they can do something about this run chase.
That's what happens when you lose both your set batsmen.
Yeah.
You need to have one still in there that can...
Wow. Now it's the brothers Whitehead.
Yes.
Now, is this where we're going to see a run out?
Well, I was just thinking that.
Isn't that what happens
when
the brothers bat?
Often. Dowd. Into Whitehead, struck on the pad, big appeal. Oh, and a click of the counter there from the umpire to keep us in suspense. Not out regardless. Fantastic bowling from Dowd here, 3 for 14. As he comes in to Whitehead again. A little bit wider that time. That's been his wicket ball, actually. A couple of nicks.
Well, it's T20. You're not going to leave it.
No. Third man is up, so it makes the batter play the shot. Dowd to close out his third over, dropped, and a good run, good single between the brothers there, Phil.
Yep, well run.
We'll back them in. Well communicated.
I'm just here to cause mischief pretty much this afternoon. During footy season, I'm used to having to be the host and keep our commentators under control. Today the roles are reversed.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
Oh, it's great to have you here. It's great to be here.
It is, mate. It's wonderful.
Lovely spot to watch cricket from, sitting up at Karen Rolton Oval in the lovely grandstand.
How many ovals are this close to the CBD?
Well, yes.
You could not be close to the CBD unless you're actually in it.
Absolutely. Of course, Old Ignatius are lucky enough to play footy here as well. They played here. I think they went through a few tough years when it wasn't the best ground in the world, or Railways Oval, but Saka have taken it over and put a lot of funding into it. It's absolutely brilliant facilities with the club rooms, the change rooms, and the
and didn't
oval
it shine
itself.
With the Sheffield Shield hub that was here earlier?
Absolutely. A single there. Kilday's started bowling quite tightly this over. None for 8 currently. He comes in again. Another one wearing his cap when he bowls.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a couple.
I've never seen it before, and I've seen 3 bowlers today.
Yeah, I wonder. I know with the COVID regulations earlier, you had to either a fielder had to you have to leave your cap on the boundary, or another fielder had to wear it, and that's happening in Shield cricket at the moment. So perhaps just get used to wearing it as you bowl. As he comes in again. One hung in the air for a while, but falls safely in another single.
And I guess, where are we at? Division 2 community cricket, so... Because if they leave it on the field and the ball touches it, that's 5 runs from memory, an old rule.
Yes. That's why you generally leave it the other side of the boundary, but often you're not fielding on the boundary.
Run. They're running well between
the
wickets.
They are. Good communication between the Whiteheads. Adam's nickname is Bob.
Okay. Yep.
There's an interesting one for you.
I like the ones that aren't obvious.
Kilday, exactly. Kilday comes in again. That one's hit up in the air, but it'll fall safely. Another single there. He's 22 years of age. He is a batsman. Favourite show on Netflix, How I Met Your Mother.
Okay. Yeah.
Best experience in cricket is this.
Okay.
So great that he wrote that before getting out here today. So I was expected big things from today. He's out there enjoying it at the moment.
Just a quick thing on the runs. And
yes.
There was 5 from that. The run rate's now down to 7.7. So they're looking now at around the 150, 160 mark, where before it was
looking at 180.
180, 200.
Yep. 4 for 108 off 14. Dowd the bowler again to bowl his 4th. He's bowled brilliantly. 3 for 15 so far. Bowling to Adam Whitehead. Or Bob.
Bob. What's Ben's nickname then? Could not be Benno.
B-dubs.
B-dubs, okay.
Oh, Dowd
fourth.
picks up his 4th.
I don't think you're looking at a pair of 20/20 vision sunglasses.
Absolutely. I think he's eyeing them off there.
He's single-handedly
4 for 15.
destroying this Brumbies batting attack.
Absolutely. Considering where they were after their opening partnership, or their partnership between the first drop and opener.
Anderson and Cree.
Yes. Slumped now to 5 for 108. Still in a very strong position.
Well, there's no guarantee they're going to get to 150 here because it's starting to become a regular thing. The only thing is Darwood has only got 4 deliveries.
Yes, he does.
Hamish McAndy.
Hamish McAndy, the next batter.
Who thus far has had 1 inning in this competition.
How did he go?
3 runs.
Okay.
Batting 7.
Okay.
But in A3 against Brownlow Lodge, he did score 54.
Yep.
And in A3, he's played 7 games, averaging 20.
Hamish McAndy, what do you think his nickname would be? I'll give you a guess. Not quite, close. That's all right. Hammer is his nickname.
I do remember reading that.
Dowd comes in bowling to Hammer. Gets off the mark quickly. And I hate to say it, but it is Hammer time because they need him to make some runs here. 5 for 100.
Saving that until
5 for 100.
did something.
Yeah, well, that's fine. The way Dowd's bowling, though.
When he hits a boundary and Prince Alfred can't touch this.
Yes.
It's picking your moment.
Yeah, very true. Just making sure we get it in, Phil.
Get a moment.
After the way Dowd's bowling. Comes in again, this time to Whitehead. Another quick single. Rotate the strike nicely. There's 1 ball left in his spell.
Golden Grove will be very glad to see the back of Will Dowd.
Sniffing a Michelle here. Michelle Pfeiffer. As he comes in for the last bowl of his spell. Ooh, there's a run out chance. He can't hit. That would have been very, very close. A lot of hands on hats there.
3/4 through.
Fantastic spell from Dowd. He finishes 4 for 17 from his 4 overs. We will take a quick break as the players change ends. We'll be right back. So after 15 overs, we just had a drink run out to the batters. Maybe a brief message there too. Golden Grove 5 for 110, 5 overs to go. They've got a good foundation. Hopefully eyeing off 150 from their perspective at this point, but at one stage looking at 180. So they want to finish the innings off well as Kilday bowls. Bit of a leading edge there, and that is caught. Whitehead is out. A wicket straight after a break. It often happens after a drinks break, but
It does. That hydration
yes,
can often mean blood goes to the brain.
it can. It can. Whitehead is gone. Kilday picks up his first wicket. 1 for 12.
Just wanted to mention, I like, and this is when I was doing the 80 over games at Para Hills, but I like breaking the game into 5 over blocks.
Yes.
End of 5 overs, Golden Grove 1 for 30, 10 overs. So the next batch of 5, they were 0 for 62. The next batch 4 for 18. And that's before that last wicket that's just fallen.
It's not a good start for the last batch of 5.
Not a good start for the last batch of 5 at all.
Brad Cousins is the new man coming to the crease. What's Brad done with the bat this year?
He did score 21 against Brahma Lodge to start off. He then did not bat in the next 4 contests.
Wow.
Because Golden Grove didn't need him to bat.
Yes.
And then he scored 8 not out to seal the deal against Paraka in the semi-final.
They will need him today.
He'll need to bat more than he did last against in the semi. I think Golden Grove are going to go through their full lineup at this rate.
That's right. Oh, that's a good start from Kilday to the new batsman. And if you need a bus, Adelaide Star Bus, no fuss, call us, Phil. 8252 0627.
Between us, we should be able to work that in
Yes,
in FM stereo by the end of the day.
absolutely. Kilday 1 for 13. He's brought this spell back nicely. Bowling very, very well. Cousins on strike. A little edge there to the short third man fielder, just back on the ring.
Yep, and when was the last time that we had a boundary?
It was a while ago, wasn't it?
You know, they were just picking them off every part of the field 6 overs ago.
Single there from Hammer. Gets himself off strike. Bradley Cousins. B-Cuz.
Because,
The
okay.
nickname. He's 26. Played junior cricket at Golden Grove and Tea Tree Gully. Facing Kilday. Just off the back foot there. Just drops it down for no run. Favourite show on Netflix is The Office.
Again, which one?
Yes. Likes playing finals and stump cricket. Stump cricket's always a bit of fun on a wet day in the dressing room. Kilday comes in. Bowling to Cousins. He hits that one out to long off for a single.
First single. So stump cricket in the dressing rooms.
Yep.
Give us the family-friendly version of how that works.
Generally, if you've got a rain delay, you're hanging around in the rooms, just have fielders around the bat, and a bowler will just flick it with a proper cricket ball, and you've just got to bat with a stump and work it round.
Right.
Many different rules as with backyard cricket.
There'd probably be some local ones depending on the quality and size of the change rooms, I'd say.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be in the change rooms, of course. Something to do in a long 2-day game when guys are batting.
Usually something where there's no glass around, I would assume.
Yes, exactly right. 6 for 114, 16 overs. We've got 4 left. The current run rate is 7.13.
This is almost a...
Graber coming back onto bowl.
It's a Benjamin Button game.
Yes.
I'll explain that in a sec.
Graber 1 for 13 from his 2 so far. Bowls to Cousins, who hustling for 2.
In theory, a T20 game accelerates.
Yep.
This is going in the other way. Although, look, they're getting the quick singles. That scoreboard is ticking over.
Mm-hmm.
But that 150 is now starting to look more like a 135-ish.
Yeah, it does. Shot there from McAndy. Out to long off. They're pushing back for the second.
Yeah. They needed to... That was an important... I know it sounds a bit weird. It's just an extra run. But they'd been just getting single after single after single.
Yes.
As important as they are opposed to dot balls, you want to start building some multiple run deliveries.
Grieber into bowl again. Big swing from McCandy. That is a lovely catch, and it has carried. Diving forward, always difficult at point. McCandy has to go. It was a...
Glad we got in our hammer time joke.
We
we
did, yeah. A reasonably well-timed shot there, but straight to the fielder. It took a fantastic catch diving forward. Golden Grove slipped, now 7 for 117. And all of a sudden it looks like they're in danger of not batting the overs, Phil.
Yep. And that's one of the great rules I discovered about this competition, doing a 2-day game earlier, and because it doesn't apply to 2020, you get your 20 overs.
Yes.
But I love the rule in the 2-day competition where if you don't bat your 80,
Yes.
you give the overs you don't bat to
the
your
other team,
opponents.
yes.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely. And we still haven't answered your question because there have been wickets falling.
It started as an avalanche, didn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now this is Thomas Needley. Now the good news about Thomas is he has an infinite average. Because he's yet to get out. Is only batted once. It was in the semi-final. 2 not out in the 9-hole. His highest score is 20. A3 grade against Jeps Cross.
Yep.
We'll be seeing a bit more of Thomas probably when the Brumbies take the field.
Grieber comes in to bowl to him. Solid in defence. Very, very good there.
Dot
ball. Nickname Saf.
Saf? Okay.
Yes. 29 years of age. Junior club at Golden Grove. So one club man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look, you understand if you do well, you get in the development squads at your district club. Teach your gully being that.
Outside edge. He's hustling back for the second. He'll have to hurry. That was very close. Had a great angle of that. Definitely not out, but good pick up and throw, but very, very good running.
Yeah, who knows? Will those little extra runs count majorly in the later stages of the Prince Alfred inning? Of course, it's a big day for the Red Men. They get this game, then their number 1 side gets to play Hope Valley in what will be, I think, grand final number 9 out of, or no, grand final number 8 out of 12 seasons of the competition.
Grieber comes into bowl. A bit edgy out to deep cover. Another single.
And they'll be up against Hope Valley, who, to
Yes.
my reckoning, have not played in a grand final, let alone won the competition.
That is the over. 7 for 120. 17 overs gone, so 3 to go. Cousins is 3 off 4 balls. Needley 3 off 3.
That was 6 off the over, which is their best since the 10th over when they scored 7. So 3 overs to go, 3 wickets in hand. You probably can't wait around to build a foundation. You just have to go with what's there.
Yes.
And the fielding, just looking around the ground between the sort of set at what do we got? We got 4 deep men on the oval. Long on, long off.
Big charge and a big outside edge. Racing towards the boundary, but reeled in again by the fielder there. Kilday's the bowler.
Just thinking where
Another 2 runs to Needley.
for Golden Grove, where a boundary might come, either a very well hit ball that splits the field, or it's got to be behind square.
Yep. All right, just like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, racing away towards the boundary, and we'll get there. First boundary in a while there.
Absolutely.
Needley picks up 4.
I think the first boundary since the 10th over.
Just the way he sets up, he looks like he's going to be strong through that area. So I reckon if you're at point, maybe take a couple of steps back. They've put the 3rd man back, which is smart captaincy.
So who have they moved up? They haven't moved anyone up. Okay.
Lovely shot there, just working it for a single to long on. They're coming back for a second. Backing themselves, putting their pressure on the field.
Yep. Well,
Needley dropped the return throw. Sorry, not Needley. Kilday dropped the return throw.
He'd suggest a poor choice by Golden Grove, but Poor execution by Princes off the hook.
Needley very busy. Swings that one away. Another chance for a run out. Good diving stop. Another quick single. Needley moves to 12 from 7 balls. Cousins 3 off 4. Needley's best cricket experience was scoring his first 100, so he can bat.
He can bat? Okay.
Can bat. Cousins just works that one out to deep cover for another single. 1 ball to go in this over. Kildaysborough pretty well. 1 ball to go in his spell. 1 for 25 so far.
Certainly has moved. We've gone for an hour and we're almost at the 18th over.
Yes. Moving along quickly. Lovely shot there again. Another single.
So they're keeping it rolling.
Yes, they are.
Got to 130, 2 to go.
2 to go. Mid 140s I think they'd be looking at.
Yep.
Hopefully now if they have a big one.
10 off the over.
Yes. Very good over there for the Golden Grove Brumbies.
So it looks like they're going to bookmark the innings with some good overs, and the middle is just going to look horrendous.
I guess it'll be interesting to see what you talked about. Past scores. The game before was a low-scoring affair. This one, a few more runs on the board so far, but you feel like they could have made 180 if the guys at the top batted through. Grieber into bowl again. Lovely shot there.
Yeah. Look,
pick up another single.
If you'd have said to me at the start of the game that Golden Grove are going to get beyond 130, I'd say with their bowling and what they've done through the competition, they're in a very good position.
Yep, agreed. Grieber comes in again. Or just short of the short mid-wicket fielder. And they're going to come back for a second again, and they'll make it. Very good running.
But on this very network, called a game at Para Hills, the unbeaten Para Hills up against, so they leading Para Hills against the winless Walkerville, and Walkerville were 4 for 47, looked gone for all money, and then had a 100-run partnership and stole the game. Anything can happen any given day.
Absolutely. Needley 14 off 8 balls. Cousins 5 off 7.
Good rearguard action. I said some players that really have not had a lot of T20 experience to rely on here this season haven't been needed.
Grieber 2 for 22. One's gone down the leg side. There's a wide.
Yeah, another extra run. They're all going to help.
They will. 7 for 134. 18.3 overs gone. Run rate still healthy, 7.24. Yeah. Set up early. Grieber comes out the back of the hand. Slower ball. Played nicely down towards long off for a single.
So 5 off this over so far with 2 deliveries remaining.
Grieber comes in. Is a little bit quicker. Again, almost chipped back past the bowler. Coming back for a second again and again. Throw couldn't find the bowler getting back to the stumps, and they make it home for 2.
Did he just swing and miss the stumps, or did he decide not to try?
I don't think he even caught it.
Yeah, okay.
Another 2 runs to the tally. Grieber comes in. Cousins takes a couple of steps back towards the bowler, and that's caught and bowled. Sort of held in the wicket, or it's hit the splice of the bat and popped up in the air.
Expecting that to lob somewhere around mid-wicket.
Yes, straight back. Grieber
pitch.
Stuck a hand out and takes the catch. Cousins out for 7.
For one of the very rare occasions now, Golden Grove are going to go to the number 10 batter, which will be
so 7 for 137, 18.5 overs. There's 1 over and 1 ball to go in this innings.
No, that was actually the last bowl of the...
Oh, was it?
Yeah. 7 off the over.
Oh, yes,
and a
you're
wicket.
right. There you go.
Griever will finish
3
it off.
3 for 26.
This is
Off
Schiller.
Here's 4.
Is in his 6th game in this competition.
Yes.
Yet to bat.
On debut with the stick, we'll say.
That's it.
Cousins on strike to Lenky, last over. Liam Schiller, another one rocking the mo in his profile pic.
Yeah.
Lenky comes in. That's a lovely shot. Will it beat the fielder? No. Oh, they're coming back for 2, and they've made it. Yeah, it looked like quite a good throw from the boundary.
Prince Alfred fielders are on notice that Golden Grove are just going to run.
Just looking for 2s, yeah.
Schiller's claim to fame this season is in the A3 grade against Jeps Cross. He took 7 for 41.
Fantastic figures there. Dot ball there from Lenky, bowling to Cousins. He's 9 off 8, or 9 off 9 now.
Just Bradley Innes waiting in the sheds, who also has not faced a ball in anger in this competition, and he's played all 6
Yes.
of the previous games.
So 8 for 139. You get to 145, it'll be a good score.
I reckon that's the score.
Cousins on strike. That's got to help them get there. One bouncing into the boundary. That short boundary on the short side. Linky just dropping short, and Cousins lifting it over point for 4. Lovely shot.
Yep. And that's why spin can sometimes work in T20, because the batsman didn't do much with that except roll the wrists
Yes.
and direct it. It was all about the speed of the delivery.
Linky comes in again. 32 so far. Oh, surely this is a big chance for a run out. And again, we've seen one direct hit today in both games so far, and the batter was well home on that occasion.
When it didn't matter.
Yes, when it didn't matter. So fielding can be a massive difference between two teams if you hit the stumps and take your opportunities.
8 deliveries left.
Actually, one left.
No, sorry.
There's one left field.
Sorry, I was on
19.5 there.
Yeah.
8 for 145. This is the
still
last ball.
That 145.
Yeah.
Only one delivery out.
Yes, Cousins on strike, 14 off 11. They'll be happy with that. Schiller did his job, 1 off 1. Linky looking to finish the innings. He bowls to Cousins, who walks at him. Bit of a slap. Surely they'll come back for 2 this time. And they have. And they've made it yet again. They finish 8 for 147. Pretty good total in the end.
Well, their last 3 overs they got 25.
Yes.
Which sort of resurrected things, losing wickets in the process, just a couple. And that's, I think it's an above par score. If I had not have seen Golden Grove in those golden overs where they were slogging 17, 18 and 10 around, I'd say that's a very high score.
Absolutely, as you say, if you had given them that at the start, they would have taken it. But the way they started with Bradley Anderson up the top, 47 off 31 balls, Paul Cree 38 off 25, and then Tom Needley 16 off 12, Bradley Cousins not out, 16 off 12 also. Golden Grove finishing 8 for 147. Pick of the bowlers for PAC, of course, was Will Doward, 4 overs, 4 for 17. Phil, unbelievable bowling performance from him, and really at a key time as well. Dragged.
And Josh Graber, a quiet 3 for
26. It was quiet. And Matt Kilday 1 for 26 as well of his 4. So will be interesting to see. We think they probably left a few out there, looking at 180 at one point in time, but I think they would have taken 147.
Yeah, just looking at This is the pick because there's so many Prince Alfred teams. I've got to work out which one. And two of them, there's two. Not only are there two Prince Alfred teams playing today.
Yes.
There's two Prince Alfred teams in Division 2.
Yes.
There's the PAOC 2 team, which is playing here, and there's the PAOC 3 team.
Yes.
PAOC 2, in the game that they... No, that's not right. No, I'll correct myself. I've got my teams mixed up. Just looking to see what they've done in terms of chasing this year. And basically, in their 3 prelim games, they batted first. So, no chasing to be had. Jeps Cross, we've mentioned this game. It gives Prince's fans a chance.
It does.
That Jeps Cross sat home 5 for 167 and Prince's chased him down. And then 128. Prince's scored in the semi against Goodwood, which they defended. And the Adelaide Lions scored 99, which they got. Took them into the 20th over to get the 100, but they got there. So
we might take a break and we'll come
so.
back and we'll preview the second innings right after these messages. Welcome back to Karen Rolton Oval. We are here watching the Division 2 finals of the O'Neill Sports T20 in the Adelaide Turf competition. Fantastic results so far. Golden Grove batting first, winning the toss and batting the first. 8 for 147. What are your thoughts, Phil?
My thoughts are we're going to see something dramatic in this second dig, because either Prince Alfred are going to be scoring a lot of runs or else they're going to die trying. So we're not going to see boring cricket, that's for sure. Absolutely.
They started very, very well with the bat Golden Grove, getting off to a bit of a flyer. At one stage we looked like, well, we thought they were going to get 180. PAOC reeled them in quite nicely. Fantastic bowling performance from Will Doward, 4 for 17 to bring the score back, but 147 still a very, very good score, as you say. Probably above par for the competition.
If I was to break it down, the first 10 overs belonged to Golden Grove.
Yes.
Then maybe the next 6 belonged to Prince Alfred, and I would give the last 4 back to Golden Grove. So Golden Grove won, to me, almost like you break a boxing match into rounds. I would give maybe 14 of the 20 overs to Golden Grove on that occasion. I like the fact that they are aggressive with their running. There should have been a run out at some point during their innings. There wasn't. Forces Prince Alfred that they're going to have to do something likewise. So will it come down to the fielding ability of the Brumbies? And I'm interested to see if their bowling attack matches what they've done through the preliminary games.
Absolutely. The players and umpires are on the way. Umpires Ross Chenoweth and Ken Barthelson. Of course, we are here thanks to our sponsors, our broadcast sponsors, Dartfish, Sports Interactive, Roll the Dice Racing, Adelaide Starbus, and 2020 Vision. You'll see some of those logos come up today. Starbus on screen now. You need a bus, no fuss, call us, Phil.
82520627.
Exactly. So the two batters are Spencer and Hockney heading to the crease. Cree will get things underway. Be interesting to see if they can chase these down. They need a good start, Phil.
They do. Cree's best bowling figures, 3 for 24 in the first game against Brownlow Lodge. Has taken a wicket every game.
Have a look at these profile pictures.
Oh, yeah, Chris Spencer's the thinking man's cricketer by the looks of that photo.
We challenge the teams to stitch each other up with a few little tidbits of information, and Prince Alfred have certainly come to the party with some player profile pictures here, and that is a fantastic one of Chris Spencer.
He backs up that photo with his batting. 3 games, 81 not out, 11 and 52.
The thinking man, I think that's called, that pose.
Yes. Here we go.
As Cree comes in, bowling to Spencer, who'll take strike. A big swing outside the off stump and didn't connect.
He's averaging 72 in this competition, Chris Spencer.
Fantastic competition so far for him, and obviously key to their innings. They'll be looking to the top 3 or 4 to make the majority of these runs. Cree comes in again. That's a lovely shot to mid-on. They get through for a single. Solid off the front foot.
So 7.64 runs and over. That's what they're going to need. 146 to win.
And you look at every over as a win or a loss.
That's how I'm trying to break it down.
Yeah. So you start with that 7.6, and you know as a bowler you've got that in the bank. So if you can keep them to less than 7, then you win that over. Yeah. Obviously, you win the majority of overs. You defend that target. Big shout there from Cree. Hockney's first ball looked a little bit nervous there.
Well, it's a grand final. It's got to be,
of course.
You know, and for Princes, this is it. I don't believe any of their teams are in the finals this year. Certainly, their Div 1 side isn't.
Cree charging in to Hockney. Little shuffle forward and flicks that one onto the leg side for a single. He's off the mark.
And by finals, I mean in the 2-day comp, which the semi-finals will be next Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Grand finals will be the following Saturday and Sunday. So that gig tonight at the 7 Stars, win, lose, and I think that's all you can do because you can't draw these games.
Yes.
That is the place to be, the 7 Stars Hotel in the CBD.
Absolutely. Cree comes in again. Lovely shot there. That was beautifully timed. There's a fielder back there.
On the flip side, though, Golden Grove have some work to do. They have the chance at promotion.
Yes.
From the A3s to A2s. They finished second. Means they've got a semi-final berth. Only as the minor premiers, I believe, get automatic promotion.
Cree comes in again, last ball of the over. Bowling to Hockney. Shuffles forward again. Nice drive, but can't beat cover, and that is the first over complete. None for 3 to kick off the innings for Prince Alfred.
Round 1, I'll give to the Brumbies.
Definitely under 7s.
Under 7 for sure, and under 3's a fair way.
100%.
So Golden Grove finished second. They'll play Jeps Cross in the semi. If only wins their semi and Golden Grove win their semi, then they're promoted, regardless of grand final result. Ingle Farm's the interesting one because they've already got a team in the A1 division. They're in 4th. If somehow they can win the premiership in that A3 grade and get promoted, they'll have a team in A1 and A2. Not a bad effort.
Very good effort. So Needley's going to be the new bowler. Just warming up here. We'll be bowling to Spencer as he comes in. Ooh. Hit Chris Spencer on the back hip there.
So Needley's
a bit early.
Played in 4 of the games so far. He says taken a wicket every time he's bowled. 2 for 15 is best figures.
Chris Spencer, nicknamed Spence. He's 36 years of age. He played junior cricket at Kensington. Needley comes in and bowls to him. Wide down the leg side, and that is potentially going to be 5 wides. 4 plus the wide. Not a great start.
Just when you had them nicely bottled up.
Yes. Releases the pressure valve a little bit. Chris Spencer, favourite food, mac and cheese, Phil.
Mac and cheese.
Favourite drink, scotch. Favourite song, Will Smith.
With the mac and cheese.
I'm not sure if this is a stitch up or if it actually is his favourite song, but his favourite song is Will Smith's Getting Jiggy With It.
Getting Jiggy With It, okay. Maybe it's after he's had a couple of scotches.
Yes, random fact, he owns a lot of sneakers. Okay. Needley into him. Little inside edge onto the pad and goes to mid-wicket for no run. Favourite show, The Simpsons.
Okay. Yeah, I reckon my kids lived on mac and cheese for every time my wife went away back to her parents' family in Tassie. I reckon that's what I fed the kids for a couple of weeks.
Mac and cheese.
What do you want, mac and cheese or mac and cheese?
Absolutely. Needley comes into Boulder Spencer. And another one down the leg side. I got something a little bit more on that. I'll pick up another 2 leg buys, or it is leg buys.
Okay. Which saves it from being a wide, the fact that he got something.
It does. It does. Harry Hockney, nickname Has. He is 21, played juniors at Sturt. Also a wicket keeper. Favourite show, South Park. Best experience in cricket, taking 4 for 9, bowling off spin.
Okay. Wasn't unleashed on Golden Grove today?
No. Favourite drink, Solo.
A few of the cricketers in their profiles have put soft drinks as their favourite drink.
Yes, they have. KFC, favourite food. A random fact, no one can beat me at FIFA or NBA 2K.
Okay.
So there's a challenge. Needley into bowl to Spencer. Lovely shot. Can't beat mid-off, but they will get through for a single on the misfield. There may be a little injury here.
So at the moment,
He's
and that's
grabbing the hammy.
Not great.
We saw one in the last game, in the Flinders innings.
Yes.
The very first over of the Flinders innings. Someone chasing the ball down. And
well, both teams would have had a 12th man, I assume, set up for today.
yeah, you'd think, particularly with...
Is there any substitution rules for T20?
you can definitely have a sub-fielder.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Unfortunately, in T20, there is nowhere really to hide.
We're trying to hide him at slip by the look of things, so...
Yeah, that's the only position, but you don't have that slip for very long.
No.
So he's probably got a couple of overs to walk it off, or he might be subbed out, I suspect. Last ball of the over.
Hopefully he's okay. Needley comes in. Gone for 6 so far. Lovely shot there from Hockney. There's a big chance of a run out, but again, couldn't hit. That was a solid throw. Would have been very, very close if it was a direct hit, but still not a direct hit. We haven't had one today. Not a run out anyway. Spencer 3 off 8. Hockney 2 off 4. Prince Alfred a none for 12 from 2 overs. Going along at 6s. Cree none for 3 will take up bowling duties again.
So at the similar stage, it was 0 for 13 after 2 overs.
Yep.
Of course, if Prince Alfred can keep up with Golden Grove's runs over by over, they'll be in a great position, because it did go quiet for the Brumbies as there's a swing and a shot down the third man.
Thick outside edge, yes. Hockney picks up another single. Clouds have just cleared and the oval bathed in sunshine. It's a lovely day for cricket.
A bit on the windy side, of something we don't probably appreciate here, but certainly looking around, the trees and the sight screen are all low and away.
Cree in again. That's a lovely shot from Spencer. Picks up his first boundary, the first boundary of the innings. Just too short there from Cree. Spencer had plenty of time to get back. Lovely pull shot onto the onside for 4. A couple of bounces into the fence. Lovely white picket fence.
Yes. Most grounds have them now.
They do. Cree in again to Spencer. Just punches that one back past the bowler. No run.
Glenelg got the picket fence. All the Sandfield grounds that I used to go to now have picket. I think Nord's even got one now.
Yep.
If they've done any renovation, it seems to be a picket fence is now part of it rather than the old wire mesh stuff.
Yes, they're not the wooden picket fences though. They're the makeshift.
Yeah.
The metal or... Cree comes in again. It's a lovely shot over the top, racing away. Fielder's got his work cut out for him. It's down. And lovely slide and pick up.
Yeah.
The 2 runs there to Spencer.
I think there's even one at Woodville Oval that's got my name on it that my family put some money towards for my 50th birthday.
Lovely. They used to do that at Adelaide Oval, and you'd have it for, was it 5 years or something like that, and then you'd get to keep it. Cree comes in again, bowling to Spencer. Just drops that one at his feet. Solid in defence for no run. So the game's just floating here a little bit. I think PAOC aren't scoring overly quickly, but they look very comfortable out there.
Quickly enough.
Yes.
At this point.
I think Cree comes in again. That's 3 overs down. We're none for 20.
Which actually, that was 8 off. That was that was 8 off the over. And they are 2 ahead of where Golden Grove were after 3 overs.
Absolutely.
Golden Grove a couple of overs from where they got seriously busy.
When I say the game's floating, it's not like nothing's happening. It just looks like, to me, Golden Grove...
A single here, a 2 there.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of plays and misses. There hasn't been, a lot of pressure building. They need to find a way to tie them down a little bit for a couple of overs or create a few more chances. Obviously, there was one that was potentially a close run out, but you can't rely on those. You've got to build the pressure. You've got to have a solid plan, and at the moment, they need to change something quickly. Otherwise, it'll get away from you very, very quickly.
And our injured slip, by the way he's gone up and taken instructions, may well be the captain. Which for Golden Grove is Hunter.
Yep.
So it looks to be all right,
Andrew
moving around
Hunter,
a bit better.
Can move yourself into catching positions all day if you're the captain and you get injured. And the 2 captains, Andrew Hunter from Golden Grove, Cam Pritchard from Prince Alfred. The bowler is Anderson. He comes in. And that was Spencer. I think we had it as Hockney on the screen there, but definitely Spencer.
He's doing the volume of the work just at the moment, although if you have a look there, what have they got? 13 runs out of 20. The leg bys and the wides have actually contributed a fair bit
Yes.
to this score, which has probably led to that floating idea.
Definitely. Anderson, lovely shot there from Hockney. Coming back for 2, get home safely. Run rate's just crept back up to 6.6 now,
Yep.
Phil. So doing it nicely here, PAC at the moment.
And that's all they have to do for the moment.
Anderson comes in again. Down the leg side. A lot of hands on head.
That was
Not sure.
the players wanted a signal from the umpire. They didn't want that one.
I surprised that he's given it wide, thinking that there had to be something on it. Not to be. Anderson in again. Hockney drops that one at his feet. No run.
Sundry's not far off being top scorer here at the moment.
Wally White and Billy Bye used to call that in juniors.
Wally White.
Wally White and Billy Bye.
Okay.
Junior cricket, they are
Laurie
prolific.
Legby.
Anderson comes in again.
I mean, leg buys weren't so much the cardinal sin, were they? They were just he hit it with his leg rather than his bat.
The old primary school cricket days where you had the backup fielder, backup wiki,
Oh yeah,
guy down a fine leg and your guy behind
What
the
was it?
keeper.
Neville Noble.
Anderson coming in again. Lovely footwork. Well struck there. Can't beat mid-on.
Yeah, my cricket playing career could just about be told between deliveries. When the game gets really boring, I'll share. I don't think it'll happen today.
That one's down the leg side again. Another wide there. Anderson just working his way into this one. Couple down the leg side, and unfortunately for him, as he comes in again, and that is lifted up over backward square leg, racing away towards the boundary, and very well saved there. Good dive and flick back. If you're ever going to do it, you do it on this occasion, and 3 runs to the batters.
And that made it the 7. Now, I mean,
7 off the
we're
over,
in the power play.
Yes.
So, in the scheme of things, and I'm sort of saying, this is okay, they're getting the 7s,
Yep.
they're just cruising. Should they be a little bit more aggressive given they've got these fielding, the opportunity with the power play,
The
to
batters.
have space by the batters?
Yeah, I think they're doing it nicely at the moment. I think they're hitting the bad ball when it comes, but they're just keeping the scoreboard ticking over. As you said, if you look at the comparison, it felt like Golden Grove were going really hard, but they're level with them, if not in front. So
I guess my argument is they've got through 4 overs.
Yep.
They haven't had a wicket fall.
Yep.
Is this the 2 overs now where they should have a crack?
potentially, the flip side, you don't want to lose 2 wickets. I think you just keep batting normally, and they're scoring quite freely now. You don't really need to change too much. You're getting a lot of opportunity to score.
Certainly the wicket is playing very nicely.
It is. It is. D'Antini now to the bowl. Bowls to Hockney.
They must have a wider pitch at Harpersfield.
Down the leg side, isn't it? D'Antini. I think they've are positive that's Hockney on strike, so I think he'll be disappointed that he's been gypped a couple of runs. Down the other end anyway. The D'Antini started with a wide and another single there. Scored none for 29 off 4.2. Current run rate 6.69. Spencer on strike. Get his first look at D'Antini. Solid in defence there. swung away. That is racing towards the square leg boundary, and it is a short boundary, and we'll get there. Didn't get all of it. Nice shot there from Spencer. A slog sweep there.
Yeah, I would expect these batters just to open it up a little bit right now. They've got themselves established. They've got an opportunity with lots of boundaries beckoning.
Yep. Certainly know what you're saying. In a good position as we speak.
Like
that is up in the air, but not not long enough, hitting towards the short boundary. Unfortunately, didn't get enough of that. Dantini bowled that a little bit more into the wicket, a little bit faster. It just held up a little bit. That man again, deep cow corner, had a lot of work in both our games today. Takes a solid catch.
Quite interesting that Hockney had only faced the 8 deliveries. He really hadn't seen much of the game, given we're in the 5th over. Decided to let loose and didn't get a hold of it. Just to compare, Golden Grove lost its first wicket at 21, Prince Alfred at 33.
33. 4.4 overs. So started nicely with this run chase. Obviously, a bad opening partnership in 2020 cricket, 33. Sort of over and a bit to go in this power play. 2 balls remaining in this. 1 ball remaining. First block of 5 overs. 1 for 33.
Cameron Pritchard, the new batter.
Skipper to the crease, batting number 3.
Yeah, they did cross, so that was Hockney actually facing.
Yes.
So Pritchard's highest score, 34 in the quarterfinal against the Goodwood 2 team. Averages about 10. Has been an opener for 3 of the games and number 3 the last couple.
We'll come back after this quick break as the players change ends after the first 5 overs. Welcome back after that quick break. Anderson will be the bowler, bowling to Hockney. It was Spencer out previously, the first wicket to fall, 1 for 34 as Anderson comes in, bowling to Hockney. Drops it onto the leg side for a single. He moves along to 9 off 9. So you're talking to us about Pritchard, the captain, just before that, Phil?
Yeah, it hasn't had a lot of...
Look at that for a photo.
Oh yeah. Favourite interest, BMX bike riding by the looks of it.
As a young kid.
So it hasn't had the greatest run at the T20 level.
Yes, so Needley's the bowler. Changed up on our screen there. Pritchard faced his first ball and just defends it away.
Highest score was actually, he's batted all over the place. He's batted in A1s, also in the B1 grade, but he scored 59 against Ranella about 2 weeks ago.
So he's in form.
Then got a duck the next week against Golden.
Right.
Oh no, he's sorry.
It is a great leveller.
It says 0 Golden Grove. That's
right.
the game he's actually playing in
now.
now.
So he's not out 0 off 1. Hopefully he adds to that, 0 off 2. 1 for 35. Nickname Russian Thunder. And they've said
the Russian Thunder. I like that nickname.
It is a good nickname, and it says in brackets, don't ask, it's a long story.
Okay.
So we might need to ask if he We'll end up speaking to him later, but that's a lovely shot, particularly to get off the mark. 4 through cover, a little bit lofted, but brilliant shot.
Sends the fielder over the fence.
Over the fence. Cam Pritchard, 24 years of age. He played junior cricket at the Pirates, a prospect. Type of player he's written, crafty small forward, occasional right-hand bat. As he faces up again. A Yorker there from Needley.
I expected it. I don't really feel much tenseness at the moment.
No.
It feels like a very cruisy afternoon, yet there is a championship to be had here. You know, I don't care whether it's Division 2, Z Division. If there's a championship.
100%. It neatly comes into bowl, and that is a thick outside edge down to third man for a single. No, you're 100% right, Phil. I think it's still in that feeling out sort of phase, isn't it? Last ball of the power, that is the power play, so 1 for 40. They're in a very strong position here, PAC. I guess both teams are kind of setting it up for the back end of this innings.
Well, guess what? After 6 overs, Golden Grove, 1 for 40.
There you go.
Prince Alfred,
evenly matched.
Now, it was about here that Golden Grove decided to unleash, and then they fell back badly. So we might see, that little tail of the worm. Visually in your head, that PAC might drop behind, but they shouldn't get too worried about that because Golden Grove did drop off for a fair few overs after the 10th.
D'Antoni to bowl his second, 1 for 6 so far.
Yeah.
Pritchard on strike again.
Everything's very on par at the moment.
It is. D'Antoni comes in. Footwork there from Pritchard. Can't beat the fielder at short third man position on the ring. So some more fun facts about Cam Pritchard I'll mention after this ball. Used his feet nicely there. Best experience in cricket, getting clapped for his first ever 50 and proceeding to get bowled next ball and then figuring out it was actually 48. D'Antoni comes in to bowl to him again. A bit of humour there. Up in the air for a moment and single out towards deep cover.
I just would have been happy getting the 48 if it was me.
Random fact, he can't play drums, but he can turn a bucket upside down and hit it with a stick.
Okay.
It gives you a bit of an insight into the sense of humour behind Cam Pritchard.
That's become
there.
a bit of a
Russian
thing in
thunder.
change rooms, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The bucket banging on something?
Yes, definitely has. And the big ski goggles.
Yes.
You'd spray the beer everywhere. I wonder if these guys have brought some in. Maybe they've just got them hanging in the dressing rooms
down
down
for
at
the 7
Karen
stars,
Rolton.
I reckon. Yes, we've got to be on our best behaviour here using this facility.
Very true. D'Antoni bowling to Hockney. And of course, when you're sharing the rooms as well with other teams, you've got to get out pretty quickly.
Yes, you do.
No time for a beer in the room.
Everyone changes in the change room, spraying champagne as a team, getting a
other
coach's
blokes
address
walking
at the
out.
same time.
Lost a wicket off the first ball. Someone else looking for his box and champagne flying everywhere. Hockney moves to 12 off 11. D'Antoni into Hockney.
Yes.
1 for 44, 6.5. He's quite tightly here, D'Antoni. Looking to close out this over.
That was
And
actually
he does.
my second job in cricket was scoring
Oh, yeah.
for the
Yep.
Adelaide University C grade
Yep.
side.
Go the Blacks.
That's it.
Can we call them the Blacks anymore?
Oh, we should. I believe we should definitely call them the Blacks.
They're not here today, so we don't have to talk
Yeah.
about them too much.
But no, the captain of the side was a professor, lived next door. It was a C grade side, so it was
Who was the captain at that point?
Oh, I can't remember his name now. It was back in the mid-80s.
Right.
Okay, it's back a bit. Yeah, that's what learnt my cricket scoring, which was a great thrill.
Oh, great little part-time job to have.
Absolutely.
Did a bit of that as a young fella as well.
My first job in cricket was selling drinks at the Adelaide Oval in the early 80s. At the outrageous price of $1 a can.
Wow. And it was even cans back then, not the 600.
No, it was the
600 ml
cans.
bottle.
And then the tray.
Yeah. Yeah.
You walk around. And if you, whatever you sold, you made 10 cents a can.
Okay. So 1 for 44 from 7. Pritchard 6 off 8. Hockney 12 off 13. We're going to get our first look at Innes.
Okay.
How's he gone from a stats perspective this year, Phil?
Yeah, bring him up.
Have a look. So a long run up. Bowling uphill. Hospital end. Busy action. He gets it through and might come back from second. No.
Yeah,
The
don't want the overthrows. They've got to work on reducing their sundries. His best effort was 3 for 13. He's taken 8 wickets from 17 overs.
Okay.
So that means he's should get about 2 if he bowls his full 4.
Sure.
Didn't bowl in the semi-final. Didn't take a wicket in the quarter-final. So he was a bit busier in the prelims. Averaging 8 runs a wicket.
Okay. Comes in again, bowling to Hockney, the left-hander this time. Looking to pull, didn't quite get that one. A single. So they were defending 161 in the semi and he didn't get a bowl.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. How many overs did they have to bowl in the end?
Was it 7 for 115 they had for
715.
so probably all of them.
That was all 20. Yeah, didn't get an over.
Big swing there from Pritchard, outside edge, and it's racing away towards the boundary. Doesn't quite get there. Good flick back. Good team fielding there from Golden Grove. Come back for the second.
What was that? 45 runs they won by, so maybe by the time it was his turn they were well ahead. They gave someone else a crack.
Innes comes in again. Digs in short. There could be a wicket, and there is. Short ball worked very well there for him. Looked like it just cramped Pritchard up a little bit. Got it on the splice of the bat and just went straight up towards square leg, and a comfortable catch there taken. Prince Alfred lose their second wicket. They're 2 for 48. 7.4 overs gone.
Could be the big breakthrough that they were looking for Golden Grove. Coming in now will be, well, if you're looking for a man of the match from the Golden Grove innings, it'd be the man coming to the crease now, Will Doward, who's pretty handy with the bat as well. So this I reckon is for the glasses, thanks to 2020 Vision.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit, what are these glasses?
So 2020 Vision, new cricket company, sponsoring the player of the match here. Launched this year, so very start of this season. Cricket-specific sunglasses and the style that a lot of cricketers like to wear. They come with 5 different lenses, so a lens for all conditions. So if you're playing a day-night game, there's a light-enhancing lens. There's your standard lens. There is a polarized lens, but there's also the blue lens and the clear lens, so you can wear them on literally any stage of cricket. Innes into bowl. Our first look at Doward. He's swung that one away down to long on for a single.
Yeah, polarised lens is usually what happens to my sunnies after a period of time. Not through any design, just from getting whacked around.
Yes. No, 5 interchangeable lenses with each pair, and a lens for all conditions. So developed by cricketers for cricketers.
Excellent. Well, Dow was one of their big batters in, along with Hockney, who's stuck around since the start. Still only faced 14 deliveries, Hockney.
Doing the anchor role, Hockney. He looks quite good so far. He's going at a run of ball. I like the fact that he's not.
He's doing an admirable end watching the game from the bowler's end.
He is. But he's not getting tied down. We saw in the first game there are a couple of guys that played a similar role, but they'd be 14 off 30 balls. Sort of creates pressure at the other end, but he's managed to just rotate the strike nicely.
Well, what have we got? 8 overs, 48 deliveries. Half of those are 24, and he's faced 15. So But if he's there at the end, you'd have to think that Prince Alfred will probably get over the line.
Absolutely. Obviously, Darwood, a talented athlete. You said you've called him in footy before.
Yeah, Sandford and for Princes.
Who did he play in the Sandford for?
I reckon he played Norwood and North Adelaide.
Okay.
Certainly North Adelaide. Norwood rings a bell.
Would make sense being that side of town.
It does. Yeah, well, Princes sort of
yeah.
stuck right in the middle of the two.
Exactly. D'Antoni bowling to Hockney. Oh, and that is out. Tried to cut the spinner and top edge. Very good get on the second grab there from the keeper.
Great reflexes.
Yeah. Ben Whitehead's the keeper. Good get from him. Good composure to take it on the second bite of the cherry.
So right now that little worm graph shows Golden Grove ahead. Not danger for Princes, but they're starting to lose a couple of wickets. What are we looking here? Thomas Phillips batting 5 today. Comes to the crease. Phillips not noted for his batting in this competition. This is actually his 18th match that he's played this season, young Phillips.
Okay.
And it's a mixture, and we'll get to this when we talk about Hope Valley, who played in a totally separate competition. How many games you can rake up if you go far in these things. But Phillips is averaging 9. His highest score is 10 not out in the semi-final against Adelaide Lions, and he's been slotted in 7, 7, 11 and 6. So he's deemed a lower order batsman. What are we, 3 for? 4
3 for 50.
So I'll need to investigate why the promotion.
Yeah. A good positive start there with 3 for 50, 8.2. D'Antoni's bowled beautifully here, 2 for 9 from 2.2 overs. Spinners getting the job done again. We didn't see a lot of spin in the Prince Alfred innings.
So outside of the T20, Phillips has played a lot of the, what do you call it, LO division?
Yes.
About 11 matches there where he averages 23, so prefers the longer form of the game.
You see Tom Phillips's profile picture up there. It's quite tame compared to everyone else.
That looks quite normal.
Almost normal. Took that one at the pub on.
Looks like he's ready for an
looks
afternoon.
Like it's in the beer garden at the Seven Stars maybe. Thursday night they needed one. Facebook profile picture maybe.
So how much notice did I'm just trying to remember, these semi-final games were played...
They were a little while ago.
16th of February. So they've had about 4 weeks to be aware that they'd be here.
Yes, they have. Need a bus, no fuss, call Starbus, Adelaide Starbus Phil, 82520627.
Great supporters of this stream and all the Sports Interactive streams. Looking forward to some footy coming up. A battle of the premiers in a couple of weeks. We're going to combine the Hills team and the Adelaide Footy League team. And that's just in the commentary box.
Yes, we're getting our first look at Schiller. He rolls his first one out, and that's taken for a single by Darwood. He's 2 off 2. A 3 for 51 from 9.
So just to compare the run rates after 8, this is where Golden Grove have got their wriggle on 9.4, Prince Alfred 6.3. I'll try and rejig my formula to give you what a run rate required is in a sec.
So Schiller rolling out some leggies here at a decent pace, I think. Given what we've seen so far, it could be quite handy on this wicket. So spinners that bowl the ball into the wicket and a little bit quicker have looked to be most effective. So just like that, as he skies one up in the air, Darwood, and catch is well held. Very good start from Schiller. He takes his first wicket. Prince Alfred in a bit of trouble now, 4 for 52.
They're in some serious trouble now. Those last 2 wickets, which have looked big swings that have just gone straight up in the air pretty much. One short on the offside, one short on the onside. Darwood to me was a big threat. He's back in the change rooms. And I reckon it's Golden Grove's to lose now.
Totally agree with you. They put themselves in a really good position. Some good bowling changes. That was another good one. Taking some good wickets as Prince Alfred just looked like they were getting on top earlier. They've fought right back with a couple of wickets, and it'll be difficult, I think, now for Prince Alfred. They need a very, very good partnership, certainly for the next 5 overs, and see where they're at after that. Schiller comes in again. Linky, the new batter. Good start to the new batter there. Right on the money. William Linky. Check out that profile picture. Schiller comes in, bowls to him.
If the previous one was on his way to the bar, he's there.
He's already there, that's right. Linky off the mark with a single. So random fact about Tom Phillips, Phil. He's had the same set of spikes for 15 years. Apparently he's due for some new ones, he says.
That's not wrong. How long would a good pair of cricket shoes last you?
It depends what you... I guess he's a right arm offy, right hand bat, so you probably wouldn't be that heavy on them, but if you're a fast bowler, you go through 8 pairs in a year.
Yeah, I was about to say, fast bowlers would destroy them.
4 for 53 from 10 overs. We will have a quick break. We are back. Quick change of ends after 10 overs gone. Dantini to continue. Charge down the wicket there from Phillips.
They're up and about the Brumbies. The run rate required is now 9.2.
Current run rate 5.2, so they're a little way off, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're 2 off and they need an extra 2 for the last 10. It's easy when you're at the halfway mark. Point of no return for mine in this game is usually when it gets probably 11 or above.
Yep.
When you start having to score 2 runs every ball, unless it's the last couple of overs and you can swing away.
Yeah, potentially with wickets in hand, you can do that with 4 to go. There's actually Francesca not
Interesting,
linking.
they've moved a couple of fielders back here on the onside. Let's see if this is a plan.
You just roll the fingers over on that one, Dantini. Continuing his good spell, 2 for 10, 3.3 now, 3 balls to go. He's done for the day. Here to close it out. There's a bit of a mix-up here, but the fielder couldn't pick it up. Half a chance of a run out.
Well, his previous best figures, he had 3 for 12 off 4. He had 2 for 10 off 4 and 1 for 17 off 4. So this is probably the prime bowler for the Brumbies.
Yes. Saw a lovely profile picture of Brandon Francesca there. Another one holding a drink. Potentially all taken back at the 7 stars.
Favourite drink, lemonade, is that what it says?
No, fruit beers.
Fruit beer?
Fruit beers, close enough.
Okay.
Dantini, last ball of his spell. Oh, he's given the warning there.
Okay.
I think might be frowned upon. 4 for 56 chasing 145. Yeah. No need for a man cat.
Not right now.
But
direct hit would be
keeping
handy.
Yes, we have had a hit of the stumps, which is good. Well, you got to keep someone in check. Obviously,
Yes.
You don't want someone to creep out of their crease. That ends a very, very good spell of bowling from Dantini. 2 for 13 from his 4 overs.
Yeah, well, is he suddenly in the line for
Yes.
the glasses?
T20 Vision Player of the Match. We will to make that decision.
I think this is where the line that you're the boss comes in very handy.
Exactly right. Schiller to continue, 1 for 3 so far. A very good first over from him, but he's been bowling at the other end now. Oh, he's started well again. Francesca just flicks one off the hip onto the onside for a single. Nickname Franger. Brendan Francesca. He's 25.
Okay.
Played for the Eastern Dragons is his junior club.
The Eastern Dragons?
Yeah.
That's not a South Australian club, is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it is.
It is. Club in the eastern suburbs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Schiller comes in again. Whoa. Big swing there from Phillips. Couldn't get much on it.
The run rate's now just about at 10.
Yeah. 10.5. See that Alejandro's all over it there. Dancing down the wicket, Phillips. Can't beat cover. Brendan Francesca. Favourite food's Vietnamese. His best experience in cricket was making his A1 debut earlier this season. And obviously he thinks playing on Karen Rolton Oval today is likely to top it. Oh! Nice little penguin dive there, but no run out.
Yeah. So what's some of your... I mean, we know the Adelaide Oval, everybody, it's a great thing of mine to be able to commentate Adelaide Oval, let alone for a player to play on it.
Yep.
What about sort of the local clubs? Okay.
Another single from Francesca. Schiller bowling really well. I think you look at club grounds and obviously grade cricket and probably has some of the best facilities, but Adelaide Uni is a fantastic place to play.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously been there for footy. They've put some money into the long room there, but the facility, the wicket, if you're playing cricket out there, is fantastic. The outfield's great, close to the city, so it's a really good place to play. 4 for 60 from 12 overs. Phillips 5 off 15. Francesca 4 off 5.
Just 10 runs from the last 3 overs when they need to have about 25. They're starting to seriously fall behind the pace.
Yes. I think Unley Oval's a great place to play cricket. A lot of those sandful grounds are great cricket facilities as well, but Sturt's C and D grade play there in district cricket. But
where do the A grades play?
They play at Price Memorial.
Of course.
Yep. Which you speak to a lot of players. Unley Oval's a better facility, but I think the wicket at Price Memorial is better. Yep. Then you look at some of the club grounds. I mean, we've been out at Goodwood and that new facility there. We called a game of cricket. We obviously called footy there. Goody Saints had a great year. Cousins is the bowler. I'll have a first look at him. Good start from him. Bowling into the wicket against Phillips. No run there. The new facility, the new club rooms at Goodwood Oval, fantastic. So it's a great facility for any sport. Great place to play cricket and footy.
Certainly enjoyed my trip up to Para Hills because I never get out to that side very much.
Cousins in again. Lovely shot there from Francesca. Pick up 2. Fielder does the sweeping out at deep cover.
Just the locality where it's on a hill.
Yep.
Pretty flat. They've done very well to keep it as flat as it is. And you have this view over the northern suburbs of Adelaide. It's quite sensational.
100%. Cousins in again. A good shot there from Francesca towards long on. Picks up a single.
The game's floating.
It is.
It's just...
It is. I think it's almost the sting's gone out of it. 86 runs from 45 balls. It's a long way off.
It's almost like the Brumbies have bought some tranquiliser darts with them.
I think if you're the batting side, you're just looking to get through, particularly with these two, to the 15 over mark and then see where things are at. You've just got to keep the scoreboard ticking, hopefully pick up the odd boundary, leave a bit in the sheds to then have a crack.
Yeah. Well, that's my question. The game is lost, but you, at some point, and it was lost around about the time I said they should have a crack, if memory serves me right, and they started losing wickets from there on.
Yep.
I still think at some point they need to have a crack.
Yep. You kind of want to think, what do you need off the last 3 or 4?
Yeah.
What do you think you can chase off the last 3 or 4? Cousins comes in again. That's a lovely shot. Just picks it up over square leg, and there's a boundary, a much needed boundary.
Oh, yeah.
From Phillips. He moves along to 9 from 17 balls. 4 for 67 the score.
See, that's 7 off the over, and we haven't had 7 off the over since the 5th over.
So hard without the calculations up on the scoreboard there, but they still need 11. So as you say, if you think you can chase 11 and over off the last 3, you want to keep it at around about that. Cousins in again. It's a nice shot again there from Phillips. Pick up 1. They're looking for 2. Bit of hesitation.
Yeah. See, Golden Grove would have run that.
They would have. They did put the pressure on the field very well, didn't they? Good over there from Cousins. 8 from it. But when you're defending 11 and over, that's a win for them. Take that at this stage.
Yep.
4 for 68
Yeah,
from 13. Phillips 10 from 18 balls. Francesca 7 from 8.
Exactly 11 required, so that should mean you had 77 to 68. That's 145. There you go.
So Schiller to continue. 1 for 6 from 2 so far. Bowling to Phillips. And that's up his shot and just manages to wide of mid-off, and they pick up 2.
They need to do that pretty much every delivery from here on. Find a 2 here, a 2 there, and maybe the occasional boundary.
Schiller in again. There is a big shot up in the air, and he's out. Very good catch. Very well bowled there from Schiller again. Picks up his 2nd wicket. Golden Grove pick up their 5th wicket. 5 for 70. PAOC needs 79 from 41 balls.
It's coming pretty close to 2 a ball very shortly now. And you're getting to the lower end of the batsman as well.
Absolutely. Still 5 to go.
Yeah, William Linky is the new batter.
I think we saw his profile picture before. That was put up there by mistake. Yeah.
His best score is 13 not out.
Okay.
He's played in all 6 of the qualifying games.
Schiller right on the money again to the new batsman. He's done that brilliantly so far today.
They have given... I was a bit critical early on with the wides. That's been tidied up. And I think they've almost... I think they've got their best bowlers on now. I think they brought their best bowlers on a little bit into the game.
Agreed. The batters did cross before, so that was Francesca on strike. We'll get our first look at Linky now. He was the man we had with the North Face jacket holding the pint on the seat there. Nicknamed Lynx. Very original, that one.
Oh, we've got to do better than that.
21. Played juniors Nuriupa.
Now there's some great grounds up in the Barossa.
Very nice grounds out there. How's a look at one, Linky, and then a crack at the next one?
There's that one at Chateau Tanunda that very rarely
That's a
gets
lovely
used.
ground, yeah. There are a lot of corporate games out there.
Yeah.
Lovely spot to play cricket. 5 for 72 from 14 overs. 77 required from 36 balls remaining. Linky is 1 off 2. Francesca 8 of 10. Schiller's bowled brilliantly, 2 for 10 from his 3 overs so far. William Linky, best experience in cricket playing in England.
Yep.
Favourite show, Peaky Blinders, a bit of a theme
It's
there.
got a bit of an English theme to it.
Yes.
Did you hear the story about Mary? We did from our stream in Para Hills.
No.
Walkerville had as their number 11 batter and spin bowler James Dolby,
Okay.
who's on the Darren Lehman Academy
Yes.
from the UK.
Yes. Anderson, the bowler. Into Lenky. And there's a nick. Anderson gets his first wicket. Lenky goes for one, swinging wildly at one outside the off stump and just managing to get a nick. Good catch taken behind. Lenky has to go. PAOC, all sorts of trouble, 6 for 72. Still requiring almost 13 and over, Phil.
Still requiring, and their next batter has played one game, and that was the round of 16 game against Jeps Cross. This is William Cowling, who's in, and has scored 1 run. I'm sure has played some other cricket along the course of the season.
21 years of age. See a leggy, we saw him bowl.
We did, with the cap on and the long... I think he couldn't take the cap off because the hair would just go...
Because of the lid. Favourite TV show, Project Runway. A fashion fan.
Interesting.
Or a model fan.
Interesting, Cowling was actually listed coming in at number 10. He's been moved up the order.
Maybe to have a bit of a go or give him some time in the middle. Oh, he does have a go. Oh, that's almost a deflection going back onto the stumps. He struck it brilliantly, actually.
Almost ran in his opponent.
He did.
He's a teammate, sorry. He's got some double-figure scores here. So
good positive intent early. Nice high backlift. Nicknamed Cows.
okay. Highest score from what I can see was a B grade up against Old Scotch. 48 not out. Coming in at number 9.
Oh, he struck that nicely, but I don't think it's going to go past the fielder. Good catch taken there at long on.
Good time, not a long
He
time.
didn't die wondering, did he? He came in and it's an entertaining couple of balls. He smacked one back at the bowler and then got hold of that one, but not quite enough.
It's supposed to be a T20 cricket game. It really is a Prince Alfred procession.
Yes.
We're watching it's like, talk about the catwalk, the Project
Yes,
Runway.
yeah,
We've
exactly.
got one walking towards us, one walking out.
Absolutely.
But let's just stop to admire that fine crop of hair.
Absolutely. His best cricketing moment was cover driving Jack Dent in the nets. Of course, Jack Dent will be playing in the next game.
We'll see
He's
him
a
next
very, very
match.
good cricketer. Played a lot of cricket at Kensington. So, good moment for him, playing a cover drive in the nets off Jack Dent.
So this is an interesting time of the game. We're at almost at the 15 over mark. Prince Alfred would have to double their score and they would still be a run short. They've got
Hard
3
to do.
wickets left. So the game there's no way that it's not going to be anything but a Golden Grove victory. So what do you do?
It's a tough question, isn't it? I mean, it's a grand final. Do you want to play for some pride? I think it's good to have some time in the middle. You don't want to get rolled inside of 16 overs. Just bat normally. See if you can get a nice little, 20 yourself at the back end if you're Gooman or if you're Francesca.
Yeah.
But from the bowling point of view, you want to stick the nail in the coffin, don't you?
That's it. Want the early beer.
Yep. Anderson bowling very, very well. Finishes 2 for 9 from his 2 so far. Got another change of ends. Won't go to a break this time, but good to talk about our sponsors.
Unless you really, really want a multi-skill.
No, exactly. Sponsors for the day: Dartfish, Sports Interactive, Roll the Dice Racing, Adelaide Starbus. Here comes the Starbus, the big yellow bus. Looks like something that Otto from The Simpsons would drive, that one. Need a bus, no fuss, call us.
I don't think that's their bus.
8252 0627 and available for all sorts of trips there. A few little wine tours or not just the big dogs.
14 runs and over. They're needed.
It is a big ask. Of course, 2020 Vision, our final sponsor.
So you get
Schiller.
5 overs to work out an MVP.
Exactly. 2020 Vision sponsoring the player of the match. They get a pair of sunglasses. This man has bowled very well. If he can finish with 3 or 4 wickets, he might be well and truly. That's it. Oh, just got to say that was very close to a run out. Not given from the umpire there. All happened very, very quickly. Really impressed with Schiller. He's 2 for 10 from 3.2 so far. Just throws that one up nicely. Coming back for the second.
So I was, and I'm not going to tell you who to pick because this is wholly and solely yours to do. I had as we have a delivery here, nicely batted away for us. Quick single on the onside. I had a vote for the Bob Quinn medal. We did an Anzac Day Sandford game.
Yes.
First time ever selected to do this. You feel a little bit of pressure.
You can link that back to cricket. Greg Quinn.
I sat next to the presenter of
yes.
it a couple of weeks ago at Para Hills. Exactly.
Greg Quinn still plays Adelaide turf cricket, and he's into his 50s now. He's very good cricketer, has played a long time. Fielding coach at the Redbacks for a while, so he's been around a long time.
Oh, he was a great resource.
Yes.
To just ask a question, away he'd go with this absolute wealth of knowledge. So I tried to base that on who was most important in the key moment.
Shot there from Francesca. Picks up another 2.
Who sort of shone the strongest when there was a game to be won? And I can only think of really, in Golden Grove, you're thinking of the batters that, put on the charge early, or possibly, I'm going to pronounce the name wrong, so I'll look it up.
D'Antini?
That's the one.
Yeah, with the ball, he bowled brilliantly.
And had it been reversed, you might have said Dolwood, who stopped Golden Grove in their stride, but grand finals, I think, unless it's an absolute dominant effort that you cannot ignore, you really can't give it to a player on the losing side, and they don't appreciate it if
Agreed.
You do.
Totally agree. And that partnership between Anderson and Cree really set it up at the start here for Golden Grove. Unfortunately for both of those, they didn't go on, but they did lay an excellent foundation for what was a very, very good score of 148.
Well, we're back to the Division 3 grand final now, 7 for 79 off 16, where 100 looks like a winnable total.
Absolutely. Needley, the bowler. So he comes in, a chance for a run out. But again, that's probably the next thing we need to see. There have been a lot of run-out opportunities today, and we haven't seen one.
You won't be happy until you see a direct shot, will you?
Absolutely. Love to see one today. 7 for 80. Current run rate 4.95. They need plenty.
Do you really want me to tell you?
Go on,
16
tell me.
and a half.
16 and a half and over. There you go. Needley comes in again, bowling to Francesca. I think he's doing the right thing here. He's made his way to 15, just spending some time in the middle, not doing anything silly, just batting. For young Gooman to get some time in the middle as well. Needley comes in again. Big swing there.
So this has the
Big swing and a
potential of being a massive year for Golden Grove, claiming a T20 title, which I haven't seen that they've done before. And they get a promotion up to the A2s, which they're very much in line for, finishing the minor round second.
Oh, very well struck there. Straight back past the bowler. Fielder at long on had a lot of work to do. He did very well. Come back for 2 runs. Gilman moves to 4.
And of course, I'm sure they'll say, Phil, it's not just about the promotion. We have the chance to win a premiership. Yeah, don't just give that to the Unley boys just yet.
No. Needley comes in again, bowling to Gilman. Gilman walks at him. Big swing and a miss. Another dot ball. 7 for 83. 1 ball to go in this Needley over. as he comes in. Oh! That's... there's almost a run out.
Takes a run.
He's absolutely... A big swing and a miss. He's lost the handle with his bat.
Wouldn't it be a tragedy if he was run out trying to ground his handle?
And one of the funniest parts about that was that he signalled to the sheds for a new one. I think that was a given. Big swing from Goodman there. I'm not sure.
So this would be
if you're batting at 9, how many sticks do you have in your bag? You might have to borrow someone else's.
You know, I remember Rod Marsh did that back in the late 70s, and it was just one of the funniest things I'd ever seen in sport. And it was fine for him because he had a sponsor, and he would have just replaced it. But these guys are going to pay for their own bats.
Absolutely.
Hope he's got a fireplace to do something with that.
He's gone from the GM to the Kookaburra, so hopefully it's a good one. Cree, the bowler now, comes in.
Being the major sponsors of the competition,
Yes,
I'm sure it is.
Absolutely.
Of course, O'Neill Sports, the sponsors of the
T20.
T20.
Yes.
Thank them.
On board with the Crows too for this year.
Yes, indeed. Even the Sandford team's got some new jerseys this year.
Absolutely. Francesca just drops one down to long off for another single. He moves to 16 from 19 deliveries. Goodman 6 off 7 and onto his second bat.
And you can find out about O'Neill's on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and I think it's Instagram is the other little logo they've got there on their signage.
Great. Just chipped up in the air there from Goodman. Another single down to long off for him.
How many social media channels are you on?
I'm more a consumer rather than someone that puts stuff on social media, but I'd say I'm on 4, but I don't actively post on any of them.
Right.
Lovely shot there from Francesca, just picking up another single.
Yeah, well, my wife says, all you ever do is post sports stuff. I say, that's because it's probably the least controversial thing you can put on there. And even that has its moments.
I think if you look at all of mine, I wouldn't have posted in 2 years.
Okay.
Cree comes into bowl. Oh, that was the same shot that he lost his bat handle with last time. So hopefully that's not one of his mate's bats that he's using. Break a second one. They get through for 2. Goodman moves to 9. 9 off 9. He's going at a runner ball. Obviously target 149, 7 for 90. He's a long way away with 2 overs to go.
Yeah, they've got a decent chance at 100. That's going to be it.
13 balls remaining in this innings. Cree looking for his first wicket. He comes in. Another single there from Goodman down to long on.
Well, for the Man of the Match award, he needs something to distinguish himself from Anderson. So a couple of wickets would do that, but they're not coming for him at the moment.
Absolutely. 7 for 90 from 18 overs, just 12 balls remaining. Goodman is 9 from 10. Francesca 17 from 20. Prince Alfred requiring 58 from 12 balls. That's extremely unlikely to happen.
Well, even at about it's 27.5 per over.
Yes, possible.
Yes, the mathematicians will say there is a degree of probability.
Needley comes in. Oh, there is a chance at another chance. It's all happening here.
Oh,
so they've managed to get through for 2.
It's the comedy hour now.
Absolutely.
Did you see the one that was sent around the other day?
I did. I know the one you're
cricket?
talking about. The top edge down to third man, and they managed to run 5, I think.
Something like that.
Very similar to that. Needley comes in again. Oh, and almost an absolute hanger there, taking it short cover. Went the one-handed backhand. They get through for another 2. Goodman moves to 14 from 12 balls.
Well, I guess that's the thing about T20 cricket, that even in a game like this that's been over for a while, there are still moments of entertainment.
Absolutely. Needley comes in again. A little under edge there from Goodman.
And
gets down the bowler's end.
I love T20 cricket at this level and state level.
Yep.
I won't watch Australia play a T20 cricket game. I watch the women. That's a different story. I think, you're looking at building up public interest at these lower levels. This is a great, play this game down your local club on a Wednesday night. It's wonderful.
Needley in, bowling to Francesca this time.
And I think the Saka do it sometimes on a Tuesday night through December.
They do.
So, community club, come on down and enjoy a nights of entertainment in an environment like this. Is just lovely.
Absolutely, and great to see people out on the hill. Obviously a big day for Prince Alfred. Not going to go their way this time, but they have another opportunity to win the big one.
Yeah.
When I say big one, they're all big ones, but Division 1 final to follow this game.
And that's about just over half an hour away. So when this is done, we'll probably take a break and then we'll try and interview our man of the match near the start of the main game. It does take us a while to actually collect them and get them up here.
Well, they've got to get their medals and sing the song and trophy and all of that stuff.
And
so
we don't quite have the intrepid boundary rider we do in the football.
Absolutely. Another single there to Gorman. Over completed from Needley there. We have one remaining, 7 for 98 from 19. Just a lazy 51 runs required off this over for the win, Phil. I don't think that's going to happen.
If you haven't seen it, then it hasn't happened, Ben.
Yes.
So congrats to the Brumbies. They went undefeated through the prelims and pretty much dominated their finals as well. They've certainly dominated this one.
Cree to close it out. Bowls his first ball. And a juggling catch, taking it long off. Cree happy with that one to get his first wicket of the day.
I think that was Captain Hunter out there.
Juggled by Hunter. Interesting when the pressure's off, you do take those ones, and it's a bit of a laugh. If they needed 5 off the last over, it might have been a little bit of a different story standing under that one.
We would have been on the edge of our seats.
He took the catch. Cree takes his first.
This is interesting because
PAOC 8 for 98 now. Just 5 balls remaining. There was Gorman, the man out. A little cameo.
Yep, they've mixed their numbers up. Never mind.
Kilday comes to the wicket.
Kilday, fair enough. So
one of the better profile pitches we've seen throughout this group. Francesca done a pretty good job here. 18 off 23, obviously came in. The game's pretty much over, but he's just batted and accumulated runs nicely.
So Kilday, last time he was here, well, last time he had a bat at this competition was back in round 2 against Grange. He's played 9 games at the B1 level, averaging 19. Highest score is 52 in the LO Division 1.
Okay.
And he's got a couple of deliveries here to face maybe if Francesca will give him the strike.
So the last man out was Gorman, 16 off 15. An interesting little cameo with a broken bat as well. Very nice shot there from Francesca. Moves to 19 from 25.
So here's the big question. Will they get the ton? 2 balls left. 1 run required. It would look better.
It would.
8 for 100 looks better than 8 for 99.
100%. 110 even better. They have got the 100. There it is. 3 figures are up. 1 ball remaining in this Prince Alfred innings. Have fallen short. 148 for 8.
Golden Grove.
Ooh. There is the last ball. A very, very good win there. So plenty of celebrations out on the wicket. Obviously the last game we saw being an absolute thriller. Probably a bit more of an intense intense celebration. But congratulations to Golden Grove. They're all out in the middle. Fantastic, as you said, undefeated season for them in the 2020 competition.
Sensational effort by the Brumbies. It was even over for the first 5, and then once they started breaking into the order of PAOC, they never let up. Lovely bowling effort there. Nice even effort if you look across the bowlers there of the 8 wickets spread across, I think, 5 different bowlers. Anderson 2 for 9. Probably with the 47, that's a hard combination to beat, maybe, Ben.
Absolutely. I think he's definitely our player of the match. 47 runs and 2 for 9. But yeah, running through all of that, Golden Grove 8 for 148, Anderson 47, Cree 38, Needley 16 off 12, Cousins 16 off 12. Will Dowd fantastic with the ball. That was some of the best bowling we've seen, 4 for 17, and great game from himself. Grieber 3 for 26, as you said, a sneaky 3 for, as you said. Matthew Kilday 1 for 27, Tom Phillips none for 23. Prince Alfred never really got close. They started okay with the bat, but 8 for 100.
Quite a few got a start.
They did.
But never went on with it to any great description. And you look at that good bowling across the board there, and tight bowling as well. 2 for 13 off 4 overs is probably the pick of the bunch. And Schiller got 2 for 16 off 4 overs. So sensational work, and we'll have a presentation shortly. The cup, the medals, what it's all about, and start to look our way towards the big Div 1, O'Neill's Sports Div 1 final, not too far away.
Absolutely. Players just gathering down in front of us for the presentation. We will have all of that for you here, and we'll also go and get Bradley Anderson, who is our 2020 Vision Player of the Match, and hopefully we'll get an interview with him shortly. But congratulations to him. Congratulations to Golden Grove. We'll throw down to David Hazier, who will present the medals and the trophy, of course, most importantly. So there it is. Golden Grove are the Division 2 O'Neill Sports T20 Premiers, the Adelaide Turf competitions. They were tear-away winners today, 148 for 8, defeating Prince Alfred 8 for 100. Congratulations to Golden Grove. We have our 2020 Vision Player of the Match, Brad Anderson. We'll go and grab him and have an interview with him shortly. But right now we'll take a break and we'll be back with the Division 1 Grand Final very, very soon.